Joby Aviation, third quarter 2025. Are you ready for the ride? I certainly am. Let's find out. Hey up everyone, welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I'm Vaz. Do you know what time it is? It's time to start talking eVTOLs. And you have just joined what is probably the biggest event of the quarter on the eVTOL market. Joby Aviation third quarter 2025 earnings call. What to expect, what to go through, what prices we can look forward to? Well, we will all find out. We are now waiting for the closing bell. We are about 10 minutes from the closing bell. I will be monitoring the whole eVTOL market because I think, me personally, I think if Joby does well, we can have a good rally and a good positive reaction. And I've been saying that we can have a good rally. However, this does not have to be triggered. This does not have to be triggered right now. This can happen a few weeks down the line. However, if we have some good numbers, if we have some good progress, if we have certification update, we can see some good positive reaction. Well, what is Joby doing? Towards the closing bell, let's have a look at the daily chart. Let me just zoom in. So this is the daily chart. Today we are pretty much flat. We had a slight sell-off after the opening bell, and now we are coming to the closing bell just above $15. What does it mean? Well, that means we are still copying this support around $15. Hopefully, this support is not going to be broken. If we break this support, we can see a further downside. But let's get to that very shortly. With Joby, we can also see, if I zoom out a bit, let me just put this in the center of the screen. If I zoom out, if we have positive reaction, we can easily go above 1550 and easily towards 16 and maybe towards 1650 as well on the call. On the call, if we have some good news, if we have some good update. However, long term, let's have a look at the 3 months chart. I've got marked up certain lines and I don't change these lines very often. I usually mark something up and I leave it on there and I just revert to it and reframe to it few times through the coming weeks. And you can see we have this sort of support or a trend line, if you will, because it's not perfectly straight line, it's not perfectly level, but we have this support starting back in September, and recently the recent trend we have tested it, bounced off it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, which is $15. And yesterday and today we broke through it. However, this does not mean we are into a new trend. This could be just a freak out. We also have this long-term trend line, which currently has been broken. However, this can carry on through. It can carry through, and if I extend it, it could give us some good gauge going forward. A couple of weeks later, this could be a good trend line for us as well. And we have this recent trend which is completely broken. The trend starting last week of October, the bottom at $15. Then we had this upside and we sort of tried to bounce off it a few days ago, 3rd of November, but it didn't happen. There was a bit of macro, and I think everyone is getting ready for the earnings call. The earnings call, this will be a big movement. This will be a big movement on the whole eVTOL market. Yesterday we had Vertical Aerospace. They gave us good guidance. However, the stock didn't explode. Good solid guidance, yet there still is the financial hurdle. Let's have a look at the chart of Vertical Aerospace. You can see I've marked up 2 trend lines. One is, or two levels. One is about $5. That was our main previous support. Now we have the next one, which was $4.40. And I said, once we break through $4.40 and $4.20 through this region, once we break down, which we almost did today, $4.40, which we almost did, the next stop would be, in my eyes, $3.80. However, Vertical Aerospace have committed to one big milestone happening this week. And I will tell you, as soon as we ring the closing bell, as soon as we get the numbers from Joby in, as soon as we get the investors letter, so before Joby's webcast, the stream will kick off, I will tell you the news for Joby, for Vertical Aerospace, and that could be a big catalyst, because last time this happened back in May, we had a 40% upside. I'm not sure I can find it quickly. I think it was around here. We had a 40% rally in pretty much one day. So that could be a big catalyst. So if you want to find out, if you want to see some good trading insight, and actually I think we are in a very good entry point for trade and for long-term position with Vertical Aerospace as well. What is Archer doing? So Vertical Aerospace reported yesterday before the market opened. I was here with you. I took a day off work because this is not my full-time job yet. I took day off work and I focused on Vertical Aerospace. Very good guidance. Maybe the immediate reaction is not as good because there is still the financial hurdle, but let the market digest it, wait for the big catalyst to get it out of the way, and we should see an upside. Archer Aviation reporting tomorrow, and Archer has been pricing the earnings call in very, very heavily. You can see the previous levels. We were around $11 and $10.50. We sort of touched $11 multiple times, and now we broke through it again on Monday, and now the trend is telling me pretty much it's clear we are pricing in disappointment for the earnings. Will there be disappointment? Well, there might be, there might not. There's only one way to find out. Join me tomorrow before the closing bell. I will go live again, do the same chart analysis. You can see my levels. I think we can hit tomorrow. If this gets priced in again, we can hit $9 tomorrow. Could this be a good entry point? For long term, definitely. However, don't be surprised if we break through it and we go back to $8.20. Are we going to go any lower? I don't think we will have so much of negative reaction if there's disappointment, but be prepared for it as well. So perhaps don't go all in with your money. I mean, don't go all in at all, full stop. That's my non-financial advice. But these supports, this is not a financial advice. These are just my own trading strategies. This is just my own insight, my own views, and this is my trading and investment strategy. So I would probably invest around the $9 mark. Probably not all in because I can see 8.20, and I also can see potentially there's like 10%, 15% chance we can break through and we will start heading to $7. However, if we have a positive reaction, look at let's zoom out and I will show you. Let's zoom out to three-month chart. We have this trend line again. That could be a good driver, and we could see upside. We definitely can break through the $10 mark. The next one will be between 11 and 11.50. Once we get over that, this trend line is going to tell us where we can go, in which direction. Let me just zoom out a bit. Oh, there we go. And the main resistance, we tested with Archer multiple times. Let me zoom out to the yearly chart. It's a bit off. The scale is a bit off now. But if I zoom in, if I show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, we touched. The scale is a bit off, yeah, so it should be around $14. If I zoom in, you would see the wick of the candle around $14. So we touched it pretty much 5 times and we haven't broken. However, look at the volume. Look at the massive increase of volume since mid-September. We are pretty much doubling the previous trading volume. So I would not be surprised. It won't be long. And we can see a big upside for Archer as well. We are about 2 minutes away from the closing bell. I will ring the closing bell. We'll have a look at the whole market. Let's see what Joby is doing. $14.99. Again, let's wait for the numbers when they are out. They usually come out few minutes after the closing bell, usually 5 minutes. I've got all on standby. I've got this ready. I'm logged into the webcast as well. And I am monitoring. As soon as the numbers come out, I will be bringing them to you live, and we will go through everything. We will go through the ins and outs. I'll give you live analysis. I will tell you if this is good news, if this is bad news, and we can break it down bit by bit. Also, in the meantime, you can join me in the chat, and I'll be picking up your chat messages. We have a poll. We have a poll running. Let me know what you think. We have about 5 minutes before I close it. Joby Aviation third quarter. Is it going to be a miss or a beat? Beat, miss, neutral or sideways, neutral guidance, and undecided. Please vote there because this is giving us good sentiment of the investors coming in. As well, don't forget to hit the like button because the more likes we get, the better YouTube promotes this event and the more people we get together and the better feel and better sentiment we can get. Closing bell, 30 seconds away. So let's monitor Joby. Let's have a look what the markets have been doing in general. S&P slightly up. Nasdaq about 1% up on the daily. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, all crypto market seems to be going up and we know why. Those who follow us, you know why. Because parallel with me, Sensei is running an XRP conference and I am ringing the closing bell. So let's have a look what the S&P is doing. No major move. Nasdaq is level. Crypto is going up. Gold is slightly up, but still below the $4,000 mark. And silver is just above 48. Let's have a look what Joby is doing. $4.90. No major move. Let me zoom in a bit to the daily chart. This is the closing bell. We are waiting for the earnings, for the numbers to come out in about 5 minutes. Arch Aviation on the earnings call, on the closing bell. On the closing bell, we are pretty much flat. We had this little uptrend, a little uptrend, move up, and we are now waiting for Joby. When Joby, not if, when Joby does well, the whole eVTOL market goes up. Just something to mention. And that's why I said in the beginning of the event, look what Archer has been doing. Look at it, look at this new candle. Joby, $14.95. Still waiting for the numbers. But if Joby, when Joby does well, the whole eVTOL market is affected. And you could see it, you will see it with me. What the reaction would be. Vertical aerospace, $4.38. I still think this is a good entry point for both, for a trade, the news and the event coming out next week, end of the week, and a long-term investment as well. EHang has been facing macro conditions, sort of steady, very steady and mild climate. Horizon Aircraft bounced off yesterday. Pretty much off the support. I marked up again $2. I think, well, are we going to break through this support? We don't know yet. Again, that will be affected by Joby's result. Eve Air Mobility reported their earnings. We will have a look into that before Joby start their webcast if we have a bit of time. But again, we are copying this trend line, $4.80, $4.89, $3.90, just below $4. We seem to be riding on an optimism. Again, Joby's results will affect this. Beta Technologies, doing very, very well. Monday, IPO, initial offering at $34 per share. They have raised 1.01 billion, $1.010 billion. On Monday, on Tuesday, they rang the opening bell and they started trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Their first day, they hit obviously the all-time high, $38. What was it? $38.18 or something like that. And now we can see the trend.
Has become a
we might be breaking through it soon. So again, Beta Technologies will be affected by Joby Aviation. We have Ninja Cowboy. That's from the other event. Don't worry about it. You will see some members joining. That's both. Let me just get this out of the way so it's not disturbing us. Let's have a look if we have the numbers out quickly. I am not seeing anything yet. We had people, members requesting stock chart analysis from Sensei on the other event. But we are now still waiting for the numbers. Nothing has gone through. Let's have a look at the overall global market. S&P is slightly up, Nasdaq holding, coming sideways. XRP, Bitcoin and Ethereum, no major move, but today very good day for crypto investors. Gold and silver currently going sideways. What is Joby Aviation doing? Let's see the last price before the numbers come out. $14.87. Don't get deceived. This can shoot up very rapidly. If this goes down, don't panic. Don't sell. If you invested in eVTOL stocks, you know that is a long ride. With Joby and Archer, it might not be as long as with the others, but eVTOL stocks, eVTOL market is there for a long ride. The first target I think I can see is 2027 when the initial operations in the United States will be out. And let me just I'm getting a message from Sensei to leave these super chats on, so I left them on. So if we let me just get back to this. I'm getting a message from Sensei who's on the other event. So if we the rollout of the US operations, that will be 2027. My next goal, my next investment target or milestone would be 2028 when we have the Olympics, LA 28 Olympics. Archer Aviation are the main partner, the main transport partner, but Joby, very, very likely, it's not publicly disclosed yet, but very, very likely we can expect Joby announcing they'll be flying under the Delta livery. And we are getting super chat from the other event. So the other event will be joining us shortly by the looks of it. Sensei probably did chart analysis as well along with me. Let's see who is right and who's more accurate. Whether Sensei with his what's the word? University approach, university professor diligence and analysis of the chart, or whether it's I'm getting another super chat. Thank you, Sensei. I love it. I love it. Or whether it's me with the fundamentals, with the sentiment, with the feel for everything. And I'm getting more and more notifications. I love it. Thank you very much. The main event is supporting me. Let's see if we have Joby numbers out. Joby numbers are still not out. Joby numbers are still not out. That's weird because Joby are fairly precise with their timing. I'm still looking out, checking their website as well. We don't see any reaction on the price yet, so that is very likely the numbers are not out yet. Thank you very much for joining me. I can see we have more and more people. You are watching Martyn Lucas Investor, and we are bringing you Joby Aviation third quarter 2025 earnings call. The event, probably the biggest event of the quarter, and the event that can shift the whole market. You can see Joby had a slight sell-off after the closing bell, only 20 cents, nothing major. Probably people are trying to lock in their last profits and waiting for possible trade. Today, Joby has been slightly down. Again, nothing major. This is pricing in of the earnings. Historically, last quarters. I love it. We got more and more members coming in. You can be a member as well. If you join us, your name will come up on the screen as well. So what was I saying? We have been pricing. What have we been pricing in? I lost my trail. We have been pricing in the potential sell-off or disappointment or negative reaction. I love it. Negative reaction because historically Joby and Archer, the investors didn't like their recent earnings. Their pre-revenue. Their pre-revenue earnings per share as pretty much doesn't have much meaning because we are still in pre-revenue phase. We are not generating any money. What is important is the guidance on the cash burn and the cash reserve. The balance sheet is important and the operational costs are important. Joby numbers are still not out. We are looking out. Joby has been slightly cooling off, but nothing major. I'm still monitoring the numbers if they are through or not, but I cannot see anything yet. Let's check Joby website if we have any update on it, because Joby are fairly precise. And there we go. Financial results release and shareholder letter. So let's go to the shareholder letter. I'll put it up on the screen and we will go through it one by one. If the numbers are out and we didn't have negative reaction, that could be a very good sign. Thank you for the super chat. I love it. That could be a very good sign, because if we have good guidance, if we have good progress on the certification, that could have massive impact on the whole eVTOL market. So numbers are out, and we have nice picture from Osaka 2025, where Joby flew pretty much every day. Almost 2 dozens, or maybe actually 2 dozens of demo flight on the main event, and they were actually closing. And I can see the numbers coming through to my mailbox and notifications as well. Great. So Joby pretty much closed the whole event. They were part of the last 2 weeks. And then when they stopped flying, Osaka Expo just ended. So what we've got here, third quarter 2025 highlights. TIA, that's the test certification aircraft. TIA begins power on testing, marking final stage of certification progress. That is news we found out this morning. So Joby Aviation have turned on their test aircraft, and they have turned on their final phase of their type certification. That is great news. That is great news. This wasn't digested by the market yet, because we were pricing in, everyone was pricing in the potential sell-off and disappointment. You can see it. The news came out before the opening bell. Had a slight upside that was here, and then we had the sell-off after the opening bell. So stand by, don't go anywhere. We can see the movement very soon. White House calls for early air taxi operations around the United States. Well, that is some good news, and that is something that has been done and on the cards for a while. The new administration, they have been pushing this out fairly, I don't want to say violently, but they have been literally forcing the air taxis to come out. So that is something very positive for Joby as well. And we can see just minor move. You can see minor movement on the stock chart. I'll be monitoring this. Don't worry, we will not miss this. What else we've got? First point-to-point flight completed. First airport-to-airport flight in the United States. Not worldwide, though. Vertical Aerospace beat Joby to first airport-to-airport flight of an eVTOL worldwide. However, Joby Aviation flew on the California International Air Show. They flew from their base in Marina to Salinas, which happens to be Archer Aviation's home base, and they did their demo flight and flew back twice, actually. And I'm getting more notifications. Please, future prices. Is this to me? Oh, sorry, Flash. That's from Sensei. That's from the other event. But I can see we have more and more people coming in. Thank you very much for joining. We are now going through Joby Aviation third quarter earnings call, or not earnings call yet. We are going through the earnings number and the guidance. This is an event that can move the whole market. So far, it's not moving, but this can have a massive positive upside on the whole eVTOL market. Not only Joby, but Archer Aviation, Vertical Aerospace, Eve Air Mobility, Beta Technologies, newly New York Stock Exchange trading company, even EHang and Horizon Aircraft. So let's wait vigorously. I see great word suggestion from Jamie Rees. Vigorously, that's the right word. Thank you. So what else we've got? Propeller manufacturing begins in Ohio, in Dayton. Joby have finished. They hinted on this. Or they didn't hint, they gave guidance. They said on the last earnings call that they are starting building the production line in Dayton. This production line is capable of manufacturing up to 15,000 propeller blades. And if we look at this aircraft, you can do quickly do the maths. It's about 500 aircraft worth of propeller blades. So that is good news, and that means Joby is ready. I'm seeing a super chat from Ganja. Thank you very much. I love it. Thank you for that. So this is pretty much good ramp and good preparation for production upscaling. Autonomous hybrid aircraft for defense applications begins ground testing. Yes, I'm getting, that's the other event, don't get distracted. Autonomous hybrid aircraft for defense applications begins ground testing. That is partnership with L3 Harris. That was disclosed about 2 months ago. Partnership between defense, I don't want to say legacy, but they are becoming legacy market player, and we can see, we could see some update, and I have no doubt we will hear an update from Joe Ben on the call. Thank you very much for the super chats coming through. I love it. Adoption of NVIDIA IGX Thor platform to supercharge autonomy capabilities. I will leave this for later, because we will hear on the earnings call from Joe Ben what that is, what that means for Joby. Blade flies 40,000 customers in third quarter. We know that Joby have acquired Blade Air Mobility about 3 months ago, fairly shortly after the second quarter earnings call, and this is massive. That is telling me that Joby is getting ready for mass operations. Very slowly, but these are the first steps, and this is great. 978 million in cash and short-term investments as of third quarter 2025, plus additional 576 million received in October. That is great news. That is telling me Joby have 1.5 billion. They have 1.5 billion on their balance sheet. Martyn is sending me a message. Martyn, my super chat play doesn't work for whatever reason, but I can still show them on the screen. And if I can keep up with this manic day on the eVTOL stock market, I will keep up with them. What is Joby doing? Well, the investors have been digesting this so far neutrally. Let's wait for further guidance. Joby going sideways. Archer Aviation, slight retraction after the closing bell. Vertical Aerospace going sideways. EHang still going sideways. Horizon Aircraft, look at this. Horizon Aircraft, look at this long red candle. Well, let's see what the reaction is going to be. Eve Air Mobility, on the other hand, is slightly pushing up, and we also excuse me, we also have Beta Technologies still going sideways. Okay, so let's read through this. This is major news coming out this morning, and this could be big catalyst for the coming rally. Well, I can see a big rally on the eVTOL market coming in the next few months. I gave you my price targets, and I gave you my price target for Joby in the description of the video, in the video title. Why do I think Joby will hit $28? Well, this is one of the reasons. If we get good guidance on their certification on the call, that could be accepted very, very positively. So, if we have good reaction today on the earnings call and tomorrow with Archer, the investor sentiment will shift massively. If not this week, it will be in a couple of weeks. We have few milestones underway. We have Archer Aviation and their fully piloted eVTOL aircraft. We have Vertical Aerospace with massive milestone as well, which I will tell you about in a few minutes. We have Dubai Air Show next week, the biggest eVTOL show so far, and the biggest eVTOL event of this year. We also have certification progress by Joby. We will be commencing with Archer, hopefully by the end of the year. We'll be commencing their Mid-East test venture with the new aircraft. We will find out tomorrow. Join me tomorrow. We will find out all the updates. We also have commencement of the operations in the Mid-East. So that will be happening with more and more catalyst in the market. And it won't be long until the investors realize, oh shoot, I'm missing on something. And that could be a good panic buying. Remember last Christmas, carry trade, Joby was around under $3. Archer under $3. Then we had massive rally all the way to $10 and $11 towards the end of December and towards January. So we had a good rally, and this rally can happen again. And I see this actually happening. And my price target of $28 for Joby is not, let me just get this straight. One, it's not a financial advice. This is just my own prediction and my own experience. Two, I think this will be the high. This will be the high level. So be the new high, and then we will sell off. So again, something that could help me planning my own trades and my own investment strategies. So don't take this as a financial advice, as just something I have in the back of my head personally as an investor. What is Joby doing on the chart? Currently $14.90. So we are going sideways. We are waiting for the guidance, which is not a bad sign. We don't have a sell-off. This is the first earnings call with Joby in a while. We don't have a sell-off. That is great. So final stage of certification. Massive news coming out this morning. We passed one of the most important milestones in Joby's history to date, with the beginning of power on testing for the first several aircraft built to type inspection authorization. Built to type inspection authorization. I'm monitoring too many things. I lost myself between the lines. TIA, type inspection certification, is widely understood to mark the final stage of the type certification process, and this first testing step is the moment where our intended type design, our manufacturing processes, and our certification strategy all converge into one physical asset. So basically, Joby have out their first aircraft that will be pretty much the final version of this aircraft. Once this has got the green light by the FAA, they can start their operations in the United States. And adjacent aviation, adjacent airspaces which accept the FAA standard. So achieving the FAA certification is unlocking doors to multiple markets and multiple countries as well. However, it's not unlocking doors to Europe and United Kingdom. And we might hear update on this on the earnings call as well. What is Joby doing? $14.93. Archer going sideways as well. Vertical holding. EHang, no reaction as well, going sideways. Horizon Aircraft, what is going on? I think we are on the way for tomorrow to bounce off the $2 mark again. Eve Air Mobility slightly pushing up, and Beta Technologies holding flat. With Joby Aviation, I was going to check the volume as well. Let's have a look at the volume. So yesterday we had a big spike of volume towards the closing bell. In the morning, that was the sell-off. Again, this overreaction, but towards the closing bell, look at the volume. It's gone up. It's gone probably double of the daily volume. So this could be a good sign as well for tomorrow. If we have a good guidance, we have increased volume. It's not that investors are not interested in Joby. What else we've got here? Demonstrating our maturity. Well, I will take this over. I will not be reading this out. Let me get a bit of liquids. And talk you through it. Well, first of all, the California International Air Show, the first picture in the slide, you can see Joby, they flew from their home base, Marina, to Monterey, to the local airport very close by. That was the first milestone, and that was the lead into the following milestone, which was vertical aerospace is coming up. Let's have a look. Look, we are doing this live. We are covering the whole eVTOL market. No other eVTOL channel is covering the whole eVTOL market. Look, vertical aerospace is pushing up $4.41, and you get this live from me on the screen. I should show you the chart, shouldn't I? You can see this live on the screen, $4.44. There could be the news coming out. Let me just quickly check whilst I'm speaking about Joby. Let me quickly check something. If this is based on Catalyst on the news. Vertical. If you have your contacts, you will know this fairly quickly. Nothing is happening, so this is just a reaction after the closing bell. Joby is currently pushing up, so this is good sign. This is a good sign. Joby has been pushing up after this little sell-off. Again, I'm not sure we're gonna see a massive rally, but this is a good sign. So flight from Marina to Monterey, that was the first step to the following step, to the biggest United States eVTOL event so far. California International Air Show. Salinas. We covered this multiple times. We covered this actually sort of live. We had few of our lookers aids in there. Big credit to Zach Zaid, who brought us great footage of both Joby and Archer flying. And Joby actually flew from their home base in Marina to Salinas, did their demo flight with multiple horizontal maneuvers, and they flew back home twice, once on Saturday, once on Sunday. And this was a massive PR. This was a massive PR and massive event for the public, because first time ever, people could see the flying taxis. And not only one company, but two, flying pretty much side by side. They didn't fly side by side literally, but they flew side by side demo flights in one event. And it was also piloted. And then we had the Osaka Expo. Again, great presentation, multiple flights through the event, actually multiple flights a day. So Joby have clocked in around 2 dozens of flights on the actual event as a part of the demonstration on the event. Now, this is very important. This is the most important stage of the certification progress. Stage 1 is closed by Joby and the FAA. Stage 2, the certification basis. Stage 2, means of compliance. We still have few percent to go. And I think we will hear update and explanation on the call. Stage 3, certification plans. That means that confirms and resonates this morning's news that Joby Aviation have commenced their type certification final phase. Stage 4, testing and analysis has been actively going through, and stage 5, that's something that will start from today, upscaled, show and verify. I will leave this to Joe Ben to give us guidance on this, so don't worry, you will hear from Joe Ben. Scaling manufacturing. We see the United States government's eVTOL integration something program. I don't remember now. Pulling early demands for our aircraft forward alongside the demand we are seeing from a range of international early adopters. We continue to scale manufacturing at pace, and we have already produced 15 times more type design conforming parts than we did in all 2024, as well as delivering our first TIA-ready aircraft. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm seeing chat messages coming through. Give me a minute and I will come to this. And I will close the poll as well. Let me end the poll, see the results. I will come to it very shortly, and I will open a new poll so we can see the investor sentiment. What is the guidance going to be? What is the guidance? Guidance on the call will be positive, neutral, and negative. Let's see if we have a surprise, if we have no reaction, or if we have disappointment. And undecided. So everyone can take part in the poll. So let me know. Join us in the chat below or wherever your chat window is. Join us and cast your votes. I'm very interested. What is the investor sentiment of the investors in here? And Joby has started slowly pulling up. So that means the investors have been going through the numbers, and they have been accepting this positively so far. This is a very good sign. This is a very good sign for Joby. So we have update on the Dayton production facility. Again, we will hear about this from Joe Ben. What else we've got? Preparing for global operations. Across New York and Southern Europe, our Blade team transported approximately 40,000 customers during the quarter, including Ryder Cup fans, the biggest golf event in the world. And Joby were partners, transport partners of this event through Blade. Fans who were able to replace 2.5-hour drives with 12-minute flights, laying the groundwork for future Joby operations at scale. And this might have been the last Ryder Cup where we could see helicopters flying. The next one might be operated by this beautiful aircraft. How about that? Would you like to see Joby flying passengers in this beautiful aircraft on the next Ryder Cup? Let me know in the chat. We have more to read. In Osaka, Japan, we completed a multi-week campaign of scheduled demonstration flights as part of the World Expo 2025. Yes, so they clocked in as many of our 40 flights. Wow, 40 flights were witnessed by key stakeholders, including Japan's then Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba and Governor Hirofumi Yoshimura of the Osaka Prefecture. And Osaka Prefecture will be one of the early adopters of the eVTOL concept as well. No doubt, Joby have booked Joby will be there early door. Joby haven't booked their tickets, but Joby will be there early door. In United Arab Emirates, the construction of our first vertiport site at Dubai International Airport remains on track for completion by the end of first quarter 2026. Again, this will be one of the milestones that can fuel up very positive sentiment and that can fuel the rally coming for the first quarter 2026. And we continue to work closely with Dubai's Road and Transport Authority and the United Arab Emirates General Civil Aviation Authority to complete the final steps of air carrier certification as we look ahead to providing services as part of our six-year exclusive access to the Dubai market. So, I've lost my... Yes, we had update. We had a roadmap, and I think that'll be confirmed on the call as well. First quarter 2026. We can see initial rollout. We can see the vertiport concept testing and sort of acceptance if the concept is working. Proof of concept, they call it. Second quarter. So that means first flights in the Middle East. And I think that will be part of the rally, of the eVTOL stock market rally. For the second quarter, we can see first passenger flights as a part of the pilot test flights. And then third quarter, we can see first commercial flights. This is the roadmap, and this could be confirmed on the call as well. What else we've got there? An autonomous future. Just 3 months after announcing we would partner with L3 Harris to develop an autonomous gas turbine variant of our aircraft for defense purposes, we have successfully begun ground testing the aircraft with flight testing set to begin imminently. again, this will be massive catalyst for the stock price. We remain on track to demonstrate this aircraft's full capabilities next year as we prepare to compete for funding under the United States Department of War's $9 billion year 26 budget request for resilient, autonomous and hybrid aircraft. I have no doubt Joby will be successful. Not obviously the whole 9 billion package, but Joby will be successful with their concept and they will get a slice of the cake. As the current administration looks to accelerate reform of the air traffic control system, we also see a significant opportunity for the advancement of autonomous flight. Over the summer, our team successfully demonstrated our super pilot autonomy technology as part of REFOPAC, a landmark exercise over the Pacific Ocean. And I will show you. Their autonomous aircraft was piloted about 4,000 miles away. No, that's probably too much, but from very, very long distance. And that the aircraft actually copied and wrote in the sky Joby logo. I will show you that in a minute. So we will have update on this, no doubt, on the call as well. Financial updates. This is what everyone has been looking out for. Joby, by the way, has been slightly going up. This is a very good sign. This is a very good good move of the stock price. What is Archer doing? Slightly coming up as well. Vertical Aerospace, just a retraction. We had $4.44. Just retraction now. The volume is very low for Vertical Aerospace, so don't get excited. Don't get surprised by these movements. EHang is going sideways. Horizon Aircraft. Again, very low volume. We won't see new candle probably until a longer time. Eve Air Mobility, that's the same. There's lower volume, and I think that might not be even trading after hours. And Beta Technologies is going sideways. Right, Joby. And Joby keeps slightly pushing up bit by bit. This is a good sign. I'm not saying we have triggered the rally. I'm not saying we're going to have a massive 10-15% rally tonight. But tomorrow, this could be accepted well. This could be, if we have good guidance, this could be accepted well tomorrow. So the third quarter of 2025. In the third quarter of 2025, our net loss of 401.2 million reflected a net operating loss of 181.7 million and other loss of 219.5 million. Revenue, this is very important. Revenue for the quarter totaled 22.6 million. This is a very minor value. However, that's telling me Joby haven't started their operations yet, but they are already generating revenue. This is great. And includes revenue from the August acquisition of the Blade passenger business. There you go. The completion of aircraft bed down activity at Edwards Air Force Base and engineering services. Operating expenses for the quarter totaled 204.2 million. Do we have earnings per share? We don't have in here. That'll be further down. We'll get to it. I'm not going to read through all of it. You will hear it on the call. I will show the table as well. The earnings call, the actual call, starts in about 23 minutes. So don't go anywhere. We will join it very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Let me just quickly refresh something. Let's go. Let's see what we are coming. If we are coming through. Yes, all audio, all video is coming through well. That's great news. We will have audience from the other event joining us shortly as well. So you will see a big spike of comments, of super chats, of memberships, whatever you name it. But we will have the big audience joining us from the main event with Sensei as well. So what else we've got? We've got some financial breakdown. I'm not reading through it. I think you must have already read through it as I'm speaking. Joby Aviation still pushing up. This is great news. What else we've got? Compared with the second quarter of third quarter, net loss increased by 76.6 million. Well, this is natural. The company is upscaling. The company is upscaling operations. We are coming close to the revenue, full revenue phase. So this is natural. We have also, I think, 5 aircraft were on the production line, 5 more aircraft. This is just happening. That's great news. Actually, this is great news for me as an investor as well. Other loss was 62.8 million higher than the prior quarter. Okay, do we have guidance? Oh yes, this is what we wanted. So let me quickly skim through this. This is important. We ended the third quarter of 2025 with 978.1 million in cash equivalents, and investments in marketable securities. We estimate that our use of cash equivalents, and short-term investments during 2025 will be at the upper of the range between 500 and 540 million. So currently that is telling me, as we are now, before any upscaling, before production line ramp, before operations, we have currently comfortably, we are sitting comfortably at almost 3 years, 2.5 years with the current cash position. That's great. That's some great news. Again, I think the eVTOL market will digest this very well tomorrow. Compensated statement of operations, we have revenue, 22 million, that's great. Cost of revenue, you can go through the numbers yourselves. I will leave them on the screen for a bit. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Is it good? Is it bad so far? What are you looking out for? Earnings per share, net loss per share, basic and diluted. 48 cents negative. 48 cents negative for this quarter. Right, you could see it. Again, we will hear all about this on the earnings call. Condensed balance sheet. Current assets, cash and cash equivalents, 208 million. Short-term investments, 769 million. Total cash equivalents, and short-term investments, almost $1 billion. That's great. Total current assets, we have some more numbers. And what else is weighing in? Well, you can go through it yourselves. You can I could show you the screen, couldn't I? Still showing the chat. Well, again, let me show you the numbers. You can pause it, you can zoom in. If you pinch on your phone, if you pinch out with your 2 fingers, you can zoom in, and you can actually read through it yourselves. I'll leave this on the screen for a few seconds. You can read through it yourselves. What is the eVTOL market doing? Joby is currently going sideways. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. We have accounts and cash burn as well. Again, you can pause and zoom in and read through it. I'll leave this on the screen for a few seconds. Condensed statement of cash flows. Cash flows from operating activities. Net loss 808 million for 2025. Okay, this is obviously back of the upscaling of the operations. This is natural growth. There's nothing that would ring the that would wave the red flag, and that would ring the red panic button. What else we've got here? Cash flow from investments. That's the dilution in there. 565 million. There we go. Proceeds from sales and maturities of market securities. So that's good news. And I think this was actually the last. I can see this being the last dilution of Joby Aviation as well, because they also have the 250 million second tranche from Toyota Motors, and we are very close. We are very close to commencement of their operations. Once they commence operations, we are officially off to the revenue phase. So we are not so far away. We are about a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half from starting generating proper income. Non-GAAP financial measures. Again, you can pause it and zoom in. I'll put it on the screen. stock is currently going sideways, no reaction. I am monitoring the webcast. We are about 16-17 minutes away. Joby start usually a few minutes late, so we are about 15-16 minutes away. Stand by. We soon hear Joe Ben joining us and telling us all these numbers, talking us through all the numbers, all the updates. And there we go. This is very important. Upcoming events. Web Summit in Portugal. Touries, am I saying that right? Touries in Saudi Arabia. Dubai Air Show, the biggest eVTOL event of the year. Abu Dhabi Finance Week. That could be interesting. HC Wainwright Aeronex 2025. Bank of America Defense Outlook Forum. That's very interesting. And Needham Grove Conference. You know that we are bringing you a lot of conferences on our channel. So if you subscribe to us, you will not miss any of these. If these are broadcasted. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if I make it to one of these conferences next year as well. Just saying, just saying. So what is the eVTOL market doing? We have Joby, $15.32, currently going sideways. Archer, what is Archer doing? Look at that. Archer is reacting positively, no massive reaction, but is pushing up. That's a good sign. Vertical Aerospace, that will take a little while. Oh yeah, we have a new candle, so 3 cents push up. It's not bad. EHang, I'm not sure whether EHang projects after hours. They trade on Nasdaq, but I'm not sure they have after hour trading. Horizon Aircraft, that will be going sideways probably because again, low volume. The candles are not coming through as promptly. Eve Air Mobility, that's the same case. Last candle is at the closing bell and we won't see any more. And Beta Technologies going sideways. Let's have a look at the overall markets. What are they doing? The S&P slightly cooling down, Nasdaq as well. Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP are just up today. Great day for the XRP investors. This is good. This is good. Do we have any XRP investors or is everyone with Sensei? Gold and silver going sideways but up on the day. Let me show you something. We have this great feature. Not many channels and probably no other channel can offer you. We are running
and a portfolio journal is coming soon.
Two events now.
See what I own,
and when Martyn is back,
and how I think. So I'm going to bring my.
When Martyn is back from his holidays, we no doubt will be running 3 events at a time. But have a look. I can see Jamie Reese is here with his XRP. That's great. Look, that is Sensei with the main event.
Because they love the content. It's about 20 cents, 30 cents a day. Give up a cup of coffee a month and you've got the newsletter, but you also have it 60 days free. So
there's a slight lag. He will see me in about 20 seconds. So let's see if he can see me. But he is covering the main XRP event. They are waiting for Brad Garlinghouse to speak. And when they finish, can he see me? He can't see me. That should be coming through. Oh, he's busy. He's busy with his conference. Let's leave this to Sensei. Let me get a bit more of liquids. Let's have a look at the Joby chart. This means nothing. This means nothing. Don't get carried away. This means nothing. It's just a few cents on the stock chart. What are the overall markets doing? Yeah, that could have been on the back of some macro impact, but it's not. S&P is up. Nasdaq keeps holding up. So that means nothing currently. Let me tune into the webcast if we can get it on standby. We are about 15 minutes away. We are about 15 minutes away from the actual webcast. Let me get this up and running for you. In the meantime, how about if I offer you nice footage from Dubai? This is not the actual operation. This is just an impression or computer generated images, but it won't be long. It won't be long, and we will see live footage like this. It won't be long, and we will no doubt hear update from Joe Ben on the Dubai venture on the earnings call. Let me just quickly log into the webcast. I can't talk and type my email and password at the same time, so bear with me. There we go. There we go. Submit. And the webcast is on standby. The webcast is on standby. I can't play the music because of copyright, but we have very pleasant and soothing classic music. And Joby is slightly pushing down. It's no, that means nothing yet. That means nothing yet. Look at the candles. Look at the volume. That's just minimal volume compared to the market close. Look at that. This candle, last 5 minutes, 2,000, not even 2,000 shares traded. That's, sorry, 2 million shares. That's nothing. That's nothing. So we are about 15. Oh, no, we are less. We are about 12 minutes away. We are about 12 minutes away. Actually, it says starts in 10 minutes. So let's see if they start on time. If I push this on the screen, starts in 10 minutes. Let's see if they start on time. So, what do you think? What do you think? Shall we close the poll? I will leave the poll up for a few more minutes. Cast your votes in the poll. I want to hear your sentiment. So far, it looks positive. And I think it will be positive. We could see some good fundamentals, some good numbers. I told you early in the week that two main factors could trigger a sell-off, could trigger negative reaction. It's the certification update would not be clear or not positive, and I think the numbers look very positive. And wait for Joe Ben, because he will give us some further timeline. And the financial situation, we don't see any unexpected cash burn, so it looks like we are doing good. It looks like tomorrow we might have a fairly green day as well. Let's have a look at this. The numbers are going bigger as we follow Joby quarter after quarter. Let me just quickly check social media if we have any updates. In the meantime, actually, that's a good idea of us. In the meantime, if you want to stay up to scratch with the whole eVTOL market, follow me on X. The handle is at eVTOLHUB, and I'm bringing you daily updates. I'm bringing you my own insights. Look, I will go all out now so you can crucify me later. Not a financial advice, just my own opinion and insights to my own investments and my trading strategies. I told you, Joby, my price target for Joby for the first quarter. It might not be first quarter, it might be around Christmas, it might be even sooner. But I think Joby will hit $28. Again, it's not going to stay at $28. There will be a retraction. Historically, namely with Joby, on good news, we have a nice rally, 10, 20%, and then we have the upside, we have 40-50% retraction in the following days. So I think we will hit $28 high with Joby, $18 high on Archer on this rally, and Vertical Aerospace, $9. It might be more, but I'm still waiting. Vertical Aerospace is currently big time under the radar. And you know what? I will tell you the news now, because we are waiting for the webcast to start. Vertical Aerospace will be... Those who followed me on the call, you know very well what I'm talking about. Vertical Aerospace and their VX4 aircraft. They announced yesterday, they committed yesterday on the earnings call. I'm not saying they will 100% do it. There could be weather influence, but I can see this happening. Monitoring the situation on the ground, I can see this happening actually tomorrow or Saturday. Not sure Friday will be the best fit, following the weather forecast, but this beautiful aircraft, not this one, this beautiful aircraft behind the chief test pilot Simon Davies will be flying. And this beautiful aircraft has been so far flying only horizontally or only vertically. This week, by the end of this week, this beautiful aircraft should be flying full transition, full VTOL. So if I show you this footage, basically VX4, Vertical Aerospace, will be doing this maneuver. Taking off vertically, transitioning into horizontal phase, and landing vertically as well. And I could actually show you nice footage. Bear with me. I will show you this nice footage. Let's go to Vertical Aerospace. Who follow us, by the way? Following us. Let's have a look at the footage. Is it this one? Let's have a look at the footage. Vertical Aerospace will be performing this very maneuver in few days, maybe as early as tomorrow. And when this happened last time, the last time this happened, that was back in May. And funny enough, we were here first before Vertical Aerospace actually announced it. So those who followed me, you could do a good trade. I'm not saying it's going to copy this big upside, but last time this happened back in May, and I brought you this flight before Vertical actually officially announced it, and everyone else found out, you could join a nice 40% rally on the day. Again, this is not financial advice, but the fundamentals are there. And the only way, currently, looks like is up. So Vertical Aerospace will carry out this flight, probably on a smaller scale. However, as soon as this happens, I can see a very positive reaction to the stock, and probably perhaps not 40%, but I can see about 15-20% upside on the day. So you can set yourself up for a nice trade. Just saying. This is not financial advice, but you can thank me later. I've been buying Vertical Aerospace all week. Again, this is not financial advice, but I have been factoring this in. I'm ready for a trade on these good news, and I'm also ready for a long-term ride. We are waiting for the webcast. The official source says it starts in 4 minutes. We are currently playing classic music, and the eVTOL markets. Joby slightly going up. Archer going sideways currently. There will be no reaction on Archer. Bear with me. I'm getting messages from the team. Bear with me. Okay, let me just mute this so you don't hear this on the call. Vertical Aerospace, yeah, low volume. So you will not see many candles after hours. EHang is not trading. Horizon Aircraft, Eve Air Mobility is not trading. Beta Technologies is going sideways. And the whole market, S&P going sideways, slightly up intraday. Nasdaq going sideways. XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Great day. What a great day for not an eVTOL, for a crypto investor. And gold and silver are sort of stagnating and going sideways. We are 3 minutes away. We are 3 minutes away until we can potentially see a move on this chart. What do you think? Reading the guidance with me, seeing the numbers. Do you think we're going to have a green or red day tomorrow? Well, let me close this poll before we start the webcast, so nobody is biased. Guidance on the call will be positive, neutral, negative, and undecided. You have 5 seconds to cast your last votes. 5, 4, 3. Whoops, I closed it early. So your sentiment as Joby investors, you are expecting 56% are expecting positive guidance. 19% are expecting negative guidance, 13% neutral, and 12% undecided. I will leave this for now. We will put up a new poll when we have the main event audience joining us. Let me just quickly switch this. Let's see what Sensei is doing. He's still broadcasting. That's great. Let's go quickly through the chat. We have about 2 minutes. I'll quickly go through the chat, and we can answer your questions if you have any. Let me put this on the screen for you. We have the poll results. So who's here with us? We have Jamie Rees. Thank you for joining. Henrik is here. The usual evergreen Lucas 8 joining Vas for his eVTOL market. Thank you very much. Rhino Skin as well. Trixie is here. My checkmate. Ahoy. Guilame Favre. Gilame? Is that Gilame? What is your opinion on EHang? EHang, I think, will be... EHang will be dominating the Asian market. There's no doubt. I don't think EHang will be reaching out to the Western market as much. So the certification under the FAA is not going to be a big concern to EHang because the Asian market, China itself, is massive. And they have already been operating in provinces? In 2 regions. Not fully commercially, but they have already been flying passengers in 2 provinces. So I have no doubt EHang could dominate the eVTOL market in Asia for the coming years. No way, Vas, $7 on Archer, give me that. Yeah, Trixie is waiting for to load up his bags. Vas, I bought Vertical Aerospace this afternoon. Well, congratulations, Michael. Andrew Michael. You heard the news. Are you going to trade the news or are you going to hold? I think we have a very good entry point. What is the crime? Joby had 10.9 million shares buy on the time and sales. So good volume. Yes, Sensei was here. Sensei joined us. He sent some members, some of his audience as well. That's great. Liz is here. Great fan and big investor in the eVTOL market as well. Joby slowly dropping, says Trixie. Yes, I'm monitoring the webcast. We haven't started yet. As soon as they start, I will shut up and I will play Joe Ben. What is he saying to you? It's about to get crowded in here. Yes, it will be, Jamie. It will be. Terry Rose is here. Thank you for joining. Trixie, literally, Joby is dipping for no reason. I think investors will just pricing in overreaction. I don't think it will be. I think we will have a green day tomorrow. Martyn was with us. Find out why I went in with eVTOL, with Vertical Aerospace today. Well, I told you a few minutes ago. What do you think? What do you think? Is it going to be a big catalyst? Are we going to get a good rally or are we going to get just a small trade? I think long term, it's great news. Short term, I can't guess. Can't guess. Hit the like button for this double channel. Thank you, Liz. I love it. I dumped Joby yesterday. Did you, Terry? Did you take any profits? Did you make any money? Or did you dump it red? Andrew Michael, I went into Vertical Aerospace this afternoon. Congratulations. And there we go.
Joby Aviation's third quarter 2025 conference call and webcast.
I'll shut up and bring you
At this
the
time,
actual
all
call.
participants are in listen-only mode. If anyone should require operator assistance, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. It's now my pleasure to introduce your host, Teresa Thurithio, Head of Investor Relations for Joby Aviation. Teresa, please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon and evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Joby Aviation's third quarter 2025 financial results conference call. I'm Teresa Thurithio, Joby's Head of Investor Relations. We will begin the discussion with comments from JoeBen Bevirt, Founder and Chief Executive Officer, and Rodrigo Brumana, Chief Financial Officer. For the Q&A portion of today's call, we'll also be joined by our Executive Chairman, Paul Sciarra, and Blade CEO, Rob Wiesenthal. Please note that our discussion today will include statements regarding future events and financial performance, as well as statements of belief, expectation, and intent. These forward-looking statements are based on management's current expectations and involve risks and uncertainties that could cause actual results to differ materially from those expressed or implied. For a more detailed discussion of these risks and uncertainties, please refer to our filings with the SEC and the safe harbor disclaimer contained in today's shareholder letter. The forward-looking statements included in this call are made only as of the date of this call, and the company does not assume any obligation to update or revise them. Also, during the call, we'll refer both to GAAP and non-GAAP financial measures. A reconciliation of non-GAAP to GAAP measures is included in our Q3 2025 shareholder letter, which you can find on our investor relations website, along with a replay of this call. And with all of that said, I'll now turn the call over to Joby.
Thank you, Teresa, and thank you everyone for joining us today as we discuss our third quarter 2025 results. The past few months have been momentous for our team, as well as demonstrating the remarkable potential of our aircraft by flying in front of hundreds of thousands of people here at home and overseas. We've also moved the ball meaningfully down the field on certification, and we've passed one of the most important milestones in Joby's history to date. As we announced this morning, we have now begun power-on testing of the first of several aircraft we will build for TIA, or Type Inspection Authorization. Entering TIA is widely understood as marking the final stage of the certification process and is a very strong indicator of a company's ability to reach type certification. This is the moment when our certification strategy, our intended type design, and our manufacturing processes all converge into one physical asset. Let's take each of these in turn. First, our certification strategy. It might sound simple, but our certification strategy is the result of more than a decade of working alongside the FAA to develop a certification basis, the means of compliance for our aircraft, certification plans, and test plans. These are the documents we've been talking about quarter after quarter in these calls, and they are absolutely required to get to TIA. Second, having a stable design is the result of years of focused engineering and testing, using the same design and putting it through thousands of hours of testing on the ground and in the air. If you continue to make changes to your design, you can't enter TIA with a high degree of confidence that you'll complete it expediently. Finally, on manufacturing processes, this aircraft is one of a series that we are producing under Joby's FAA-approved quality management system. Each of the TIA aircraft, including this one, will be built with FAA-conforming components as required by our FAA-approved test plans. Each of the relevant components will be built to FAA DER, or Designated Engineering Representative, approved designs, and then inspected and signed off by FAA Designated Airworthiness Representatives, or DARs. This process adds a lot of overhead to the build processes. It's not fast or easy, but it is what's required to start TIA flight testing. Bringing all of these elements together is a huge achievement, and I'm incredibly grateful to the team at Joby and at the FAA for the years of hard work that led up to this moment. We continue to plan for this aircraft to take to the skies later this year, flown by Joby pilots, clearing the way for FAA pilots to start for-credit testing next year. As I mentioned earlier, having a mature and stable design is central to being able to move with certainty and pace through the certification process. And over the past quarter, we've been able to build on that maturity, demonstrating a remarkable cadence of flight testing and demonstration flights, as well as continuing to fly several times a day out of Marina, where we've demonstrated climbing, descending, accelerating, and decelerating, all at max rates. We also flew our first A to B mission, flying down to Monterey and back. A few weeks later, we participated in the California International Air Show, completing a 20-minute flight that saw us take off vertically, fly to Salinas, complete a demonstration that included multiple transitions between forward flight and hover, and return to Marina for a vertical landing. And we did all this while a separate Joby team completed 2 full weeks of regularly scheduled flights in Osaka as part of the World Expo, demonstrating the aircraft to hundreds of thousands of attendees, including the Japanese Prime Minister and the Governor of Osaka. The operational rigor and consistency we've demonstrated in completing these flights is a testament to the remarkable team we've built and the maturity of our aircraft. It is also preparation for our future commercial service. Speaking of which, it was a privilege to fly Ryder Cup fans back and forth from Manhattan to Long Island this quarter via our Blade service. 2.5-hour drives were replaced with 12-minute flights, highlighting the potential of vertical lift to a key audience of flyers. Our Blade team excels at delivering operations at scale, combined with the highest levels of customer service. This operational experience, combined with the maturity of our eVTOL platform, puts us in a great position to take on the opportunity presented by the U.S. government's recently announced eIPP program. Through an executive order, the President has directed the Department of
Look at the
Transportation
chat.
and the
Look
FAA
at the
to
chat.
ensure that mature eVTOL aircraft can begin operations in select markets in the US ahead of full FAA certification. We are already in advanced conversations with a wide range of state and local government entities who are submitting applications for the program, and we believe that having a TIA-ready aircraft, as well as a wide set of operational experience, will put us in a very strong position to deliver the high levels of safety the FAA will require to participate in this pre-certification program. We see the eIP program pulling early demand for our aircraft forward. Taken alongside the demand we're also seeing from a range of international early adopters, it's clear we'll need to keep accelerating production if we are to keep up with the incredible demand we're seeing for our product. The level of production we are preparing for has never been seen in the aviation industry, and we're incredibly grateful to be working closely with Toyota as we plan and execute for scale. And we've already produced 15 times more FAA-conforming parts so far this year in Marina than we did in all of 2024. As well as growing in Marina and adding more than 100 manufacturing roles this past quarter, we've now begun production of propeller blades at our Dayton, Ohio facility. This is a great example of our approach to scaling, where we'll perfect manufacturing processes at home in California before scaling them alongside Toyota. Before I hand it over to Rodrigo to talk about our financials, I wanted to touch on my excitement for the future of Joby. Our core focus is, and always has been, the development of our core S4 platform. That's the aircraft you see flying every day. We've put a huge amount of work into designing it from the ground up, and we've built it in a vertically integrated way. As I've said many times before, this vertically integrated approach is our superpower, because now that our platform is mature, we're able to move with incredible pace to adapt it to a wide range of use cases and technologies. Last year, we adapted it to fly with liquid hydrogen, completing a 561-mile flight with water as the only byproduct. I'm confident that hydrogen will play a very significant role in the future of aviation, supporting a wide range of new applications and aircraft types. And the experience we've already built in this field puts Joby at the very forefront of innovation. This year, we announced we would work with L3Harris to develop a turbine electric variant for defense use cases. And I'm pleased to say, just 3 months after that announcement, we're already ground testing this aircraft with the hybrid system in the loop, and flight testing is set to begin imminently. In fact, just yesterday, we had the FAA on site working with us to grant airworthiness for this vehicle. L3Harris has been a great partner on this journey, and we remain on track to demonstrate the full capabilities of this aircraft in the coming quarters and compete for some of the $9 billion the U.S. Department of War has requested for the acquisition of resilient, autonomous, and hybrid aircraft in the FY26 budget. Joby's approach to vertical integration puts us in a unique position to move from concept to demonstration and from demonstration to deployment at a pace that's almost unheard of in today's aerospace industry. And it demonstrates the value of dual-use technologies, allowing us to get new tools into the hands of America's troops as quickly and cost-efficiently as possible against the rapidly evolving national defense landscape. That advantage also counts when it comes to autonomy. While our initial air taxi product will launch with a fully qualified commercial pilot on board, I believe a future where we are able to take the pilot out of the loop is approaching more rapidly than I expected even 6 months ago. For decades, the principal barrier to commercial autonomy hasn't been technical or regulatory. It's been the way our commercial air traffic control system works. The current system still requires a human being on a radio to speak with another human being to deconflict airspace, file flight plans, and confirm departures and arrivals. The current administration has indicated its intent to invest in modernizing this approach, making much needed investment in the infrastructure that controls our skies and laying the foundation for commercial air autonomy to take off, much like the adoption of autonomous ground vehicles has. At Joby, we're making sure we're ready for that step when it happens. Over the summer, the team we brought on board from X-Wing demonstrated our Superpilot AI technology stack as part of a landmark Department of War exercise over the Pacific Ocean. Using a conventional Cessna 208 aircraft, our team logged more than 7,000 miles of autonomous operations across more than 40 flight hours in and around Hawaii, managed primarily from Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, more than 3,000 miles away. Once again, illustrating our commitment to not just talking about innovation, but demonstrating it. This same technology is set to be supercharged by our recent announcement with NVIDIA. Joby will be the aviation launch partner for NVIDIA's IGX Thor platform, which uses their Blackwell architecture to help ingest extraordinary amounts of data in real time to support an even more performant and safe autonomy stack for our aircraft. Integrating this level of compute will help us maximize the potential of autonomous flight. We'll be able to deliver autonomous mission management that enables the aircraft to determine, request, and follow optimal flight paths while adapting to changes in weather, air traffic control instructions, or unexpected events. It will also support onboard compute processes for high-rate data from radar, LiDAR, and vision sensors, as well as supporting sensor fusion, combining data from a range of sensors to deliver reliable and accurate aircraft state estimation and situational awareness in the most challenging environments. It also establishes a foundation to develop features that enhance operational insight, reliability, and performance, including predictive system health monitoring and digital twin modeling. We'll be deploying Superpilot on the aircraft we're developing with L3 Harris, allowing us to deliver to the government the same tech stack they've already seen successfully deployed on conventional planes, but this time on a low-altitude VTOL capable aircraft. The testing we complete on this defense-focused vehicle will also feed forward into a commercial AI autonomy stack that we plan to have ready and tested just as soon as the commercial air traffic control system is ready for it. The level of technological and regulatory progress we're seeing today is unprecedented, and it is matched by an incredible commitment to aerial innovation at both the state and federal level. We've positioned Joby to make the most of these opportunities, and I've never been more excited about the company and the technologies we're building. Rodrigo, over to you.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
And good evening, everyone.
Love it.
During the third quarter of 2025, we made several important advancements, further positioning Joby to create durable, long-term value for our shareholders. When we spoke last quarter, I identified 3 areas of focus: implementing a disciplined capital strategy, scaling methodically, and translating our technical and regulatory progress into long-term value. Let's talk about capital strategy first. At Joby, we are shaping a new industry and bringing an entirely new technology to market. This requires substantial efforts across engineering, regulation, partnerships, infrastructure, and manufacturing. To achieve this, we are strengthening our balance sheet. At the end of the quarter, we had approximately $978 million in cash and short-term investments. In October, we added net proceeds of approximately $576 million, further strengthening our position. This gives us the financial strength to continue to lead the industry and bring new innovations to markets across the globe. Next is scaling. We are investing now to build capacity for global air taxi demand. We are methodically scaling manufacturing, and we are very fortunate to have Toyota with us on that journey. As Jovan said, propeller blades are a critical component and the highest part count on our aircraft. We have started to leverage our Ohio facility to begin ramping our production of propeller blades. Ohio has the skilled labor, the supply chain network, and the space to scale our production as we grow. Scaling also means preparing our global operations. Following our acquisition of Blade, we are already running a network of high-frequency routes in New York and Europe, connecting major airports like JFK in prime locations like Nice to Monaco and Manhattan to the Hamptons. These routes are the blueprint for electrified air taxi service, proving the model today so we can transition seamlessly once our aircraft is certified. At the same time, in addition to our successful flight demonstrations in Japan with ANA, we also expanded our global partnership with Uber to include Blade services. This opens up a powerful opportunity over time to connect thousands of daily Uber users with the experience of vertical lift well ahead of Joby's commercial launch. Meanwhile, in Montreal, we formally accepted our first flight simulator, developed in conjunction with CAE, a global leader in pilot training systems. This fully immersive simulator is a prerequisite for commercial pilot training and marks an important milestone in preparing Joby for scaled operations. These efforts are building the foundation for our global network, beginning with Dubai next year and expanding to new markets around the world, turning our regulatory, commercial, and technical progress into long-term value. Now, I'll present our Q3 financial results in more detail. We ended the third quarter of 2025 with cash in short-term investments totaling $978 million. During the quarter, we raised $101 million through our ATM facility and an additional $33 million from warrants that were exercised. As I said earlier, after the quarter ended, we received net proceeds of $576 million through an equity offering, further increasing our cash reserves. Our Q3 use of cash equivalents, and short-term investments totaled $147 million, $35 million higher than last quarter. That was primarily due to an extra payroll run in Q3 versus Q2, growth in operating expenses, working capital changes, and one-time costs related to our Blade acquisition, which accounted for $6 million. This spending also included about $30 million on property and equipment, up $1 million from last quarter. We remain on track to hit the upper end of our full year 2025 guidance of $500 million to $540 million in use of cash equivalents, and short-term investments, and that includes the impact of our Blade acquisition. On a GAAP basis, we reported a Q3 net loss of $401 million, a $77 million increase from Q2, largely driven by $262 million in non-cash items, of which $229 million was a non-cash charge related to warrants and earn-out revaluation. The remaining non-cash items were related to stock-based compensation, depreciation, and amortization, all within the normal ranges. The large non-cash revaluation charge related to warrants in earn-out shares was due to the increase in our share price, which negatively impacts the calculation and gets updated every single quarter. Revenue for the quarter was $23 million, including $14 million in revenue from Blade from August 29th through September 30th, and $9 million from other revenue, which includes the completion of all required deliverables as part of our Agility Prime defense contract, as well as other engineering services. We do not expect Agility Prime revenue to continue as the work has been completed. Total operating expenses for the quarter, including about 1 month of Blade, were $204 million, up about $36 million from the prior quarter. The increase was largely driven by the inclusion of Blade operating expenses and acquisition-related costs, coupled with higher staffing and program spend to support key milestones, including progress on the final assembly of our first TIA aircraft. Adjusted EBITDA, a non-GAAP metric that we reconcile to our net income in our shareholder letter, was a loss of $133 million in the third quarter. This was just about $1 million higher than the prior quarter, reflecting the revenue booked in Q3, offset by the increase in spending I called out before. Compared to the same period last year, our adjusted EBITDA loss was 12 million higher, driven by the growth in our team to support aircraft design, manufacturing, and certification, along with early commercialization investments. As we look ahead, our focus remains on disciplined execution, advancing certification, scaling production, and preparing for commercial launch. With a robust balance sheet, proven technology, mature program, flying aircraft, and world-class partners, we are operating from a position of strength. We look forward to meeting folks at the Dubai Air Show in 2 weeks, where our aircraft has been cleared by both the General Civil Aviation Authority and the Dubai Civil Aviation Authority to fly full transition every single day. Thank you for your continued support, and operator, please open the call for questions.
Certainly.
This is the most important part. Don't go anywhere. There could be questions actually coming from you, because Joby gave us the opportunity to ask our own questions. So stand by. This is the most important part.
We ask you to please ask one question, one follow-up, then return to the queue.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to follow up on your progress with your international partners. I was wondering, with the early adopters, are you planning to provide commercial service with a Joby aircraft prior to getting FAA certification, or are you waiting for FAA certification to start flying globally?
Hey, Christine, this is Joby. Great to speak to you. I assume you're speaking about Dubai in terms of the international partner. We're making incredible progress in Dubai. We have aircraft that's there and flying right now. And as Rodrigo mentioned in the prepared remarks, we have permission from the GCA and the Dubai Civil Aviation Authority to be conducting daily flights at the Dubai Air Show. So that's incredibly exciting. And I think what you're going to expect to see over the course of 2026 is more and more flying there as we deploy more takeoff and landing locations. And we're seeing incredible momentum and amazing support from the local regulators. So in short, the answer to your question is yes, we continue to expect to be operational in Dubai prior to FAA type certification.
I see. Great. Thank you for the clarification. And for a follow-up, you guys highlighted your progress on autonomous systems with Superpilot, which sounds really interesting. So is this going to be a software that's also going to be added to the Joby aircraft? And because, from my understanding, the Joby aircraft initially would be VFR. So are you adding the IFR capabilities with the autonomous systems, or are you also going to add a expansion to IFR before going to full autonomous? Can you please help me understand the bridging there?
Yeah. So thank you so much. This is a huge, a bunch of huge accomplishments on the autonomy front, and something that we're really, really excited about. The first, just to reiterate, the Superpilot, the X-Wing team, and took Superpilot enabled Cessna 208 and flew it 7,000 miles around the Pacific as part of the RE4PAC exercise earlier this year. That demonstrates the operational maturity. We operated that aircraft in a whole bunch of different classes of airspace, and really showcased how robust that autonomy platform is. When it comes to taking that autonomy platform and putting it into the S4 platform, that's going to be something that we will do progressively. It's a very step-by-step approach that we're taking, but we do think that it's going to have really significant benefits when it comes to on both the safety side and the operational efficiency side. So we're really excited about that, and we think that is built on the foundation of these changes that we're expecting in the air traffic control framework, as I talked about in my prepared remarks. So we're really, really pleased with both the regulatory side of things and the technical side of things. Also thrilled to be working closely with NVIDIA and bringing the phenomenal compute capabilities that they've developed to aviation, and thrilled across all the different dimensions on the autonomy progress.
Great, thank you.
We are getting the main audience joining us. Bear with me. I will introduce shortly what's going on.
Hi, good afternoon. As part of the EIPP, are there any avenues for you to generate revenue in any way in that test phase with those aircraft? And as a second part, could you generate revenue from flying aircraft in a JV partnership overseas during this test phase?
Hi, Austin. This is Paul. So with respect to IPP, this is kind of what's going on and sort of how we think it's going to play out. So right now we have a number of different applications that we are close to that are in the process of getting filed with the Department of Transportation. Those are going to get filed basically through the end of the year. In the early part of next year, they will then down select to 5, with those starting, we think, in the middle of next year. Now, look, this is a really exciting opportunity for us because it allows us to put aircraft into operation here in the US, I think on a far faster timescale, at scale, than we might have thought. And it's really one of the things that's driving the focus that JB mentioned in the prepared remarks around scaling production to now meet this kind of faster demand than we were expecting.
We have the main audience coming in. Thank you for joining. Joby Aviation, great guidance. Look at the chart going.
Cargo transport, medevac, and certain of them we think are going to have an opportunity to have a sort of commercial bent. So without having 100% confidence at this point, like we do think there are going to be interesting revenue generating opportunities that come out of the IPP program. Regarding your question with respect to JVs, I think the revenue that you may see from those sorts of partnerships would be pre-orders and or prepayments for aircraft that were going into those JVs. We announced obviously the partnership with ANA in Japan. That is one that could sort of look like that. But I think the real question now is ensuring that we're able to build enough aircraft to meet this broader, faster demand than we saw. So that's why manufacturing is sort of the focus.
Okay, and just to follow up.
Thank you everyone for joining me. We are covering Joby Aviation third quarter. So far, good guidance. I will tell you why Martyn bought
remains at 97%.
very, very shortly. Stand by.
Does not matter for proceeding with flight testing in that phase.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. So just to be really clear here, we are so excited about the progress we're making on building these aircraft for TIA testing. This is the culmination of all the work that we've been doing.
Corman to Richmond donated $1.99 through a super chat. Smash the like family.
Joby and from the FAA. And as I spoke about, this is heavy lifting from FAA DERs, FAA DARs to ensure that as each of these aircraft is getting built, that they're getting built in a really meticulous way. So this is a huge moment to be beginning the power on testing of this aircraft. I will also add that we are building a total of 5 aircraft for TIA testing, and all 5 of those are in the production process as we speak. So the momentum we're seeing on manufacturing and scaling manufacturing is really fantastic. The reason this is so important is these are the aircraft that FAA pilots will get in and fly for credit, and those are the final stages of our TC process. Like we're doing the heavy lifting, we're doing the work that's required to get us through TC, and it's happening right now. So just can't tell you how proud I am of the manufacturing team, how proud I am of the certification team, how grateful I am to the FAA and their lean in. They're working shoulder to shoulder with us. They were here yesterday giving us the airworthiness, moving through the airworthiness process on the hybrid aircraft, and they're not getting paid, right? So the commitment, the lean in, the passion from these aviation professionals is just really unprecedented, and we can't say how grateful we are to all of them.
Joby Aviation third quarter earnings call. We have very good guidance. Look at the chart going. Stand by. We'll talk about everything after the Q&A section.
Then return to the queue. Our next question is coming from Andres Shepard.
Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in if you want to support this event and all the Lucasades joining.
And congratulations on the quarter, and thanks for taking our questions. Joby, I wanted to maybe go back to the first question just around commercialization. So it sounds like we're still targeting commercialization ahead of FAA certification in the Middle East. Are we able to get more clarity on kind of how you see that unfolding, or just in terms of timing or number of aircraft? I think in the past you had mentioned passenger flights potentially by the spring. So just wondering, is that timeline for next year, is that still on track, or do we perhaps see maybe it pushing into the right slightly? Thank you.
Thank you, Andres. Great to catch up with you. So the progress we're seeing and the momentum, as I mentioned, in Dubai is really fantastic, both with the GCA, with the Dubai Civil Aviation Authority, with the RTA. We've got all the regulators leaned in. Skyports is doing a phenomenal job on moving forward with infrastructure. We have a team there, and we're building out that team, staffing that team, doing the training, and putting all the pieces in place. And I'm really excited and grateful for the progress that we're making day in and day out. In terms of we expect to be ramping that operation through the course of this next year. I think that the real critical bottleneck is going to be, and the demand you asked about is very, very substantial there. The bottleneck is going to be how fast we can ramp manufacturing, as Paul was talking about, to meet that demand. And this is where I'm so proud of the team and the progress we're making on scaling production and scaling it alongside Toyota, whether that's here, in Marina, whether that is the progress we're making in Dayton on blades. And I think this is the real central pillar of the work that we have in front of us is to scale manufacturing as aggressively as we can, and we're making great progress.
We are getting good guidance. Stand by. This is very good. Look at the stock reaction as well. We usually have a sell-off.
Are you able to maybe help us understand, how should we think about blades revenues for Q4 and for the, I guess, and throughout next year? I mean, is $22 million in quarterly revenue and 55% gross margin, is that the norm, or what's the best way to think about that for maybe next quarter and throughout next year? Thank you.
Andres, thanks for the question. Rodrigo here. We are not providing any guidance specific for next quarter or next year. However, we would like to point you to what has been said publicly, and Blade had a number right before the acquisition on August 29th. So essentially, we are not deviating from it. Number two, let's just remind you that Q4 is when the low season starts. So Q4 is, one of the lowest quarter there. And we are happy to have Rob here just to add a little more context here. Rob.
Hi, Andres. It's Rob Wiesenthal speaking. Performance has been pretty good this summer. As you've probably been reading, but I think what's also important to announce is the kind of expansion opportunities that we're taking advantage of. Shortly before this call, we announced a pilot program for our very first commuter route to the public, serving New York suburbanites who live in Westchester, Bedford, Rise, Scarsdale, Greenwich, with flights that go between Westchester Airport and Manhattan. That turns a 1.5-hour drive during rush hour into a 12-minute flight. You can fly with a commuter pass for as little as $125. There'll be a 5-day-a-week service. It's actually our very first public commuter route, and that's important because the industry has been very much focused on airport flights, which is clearly an important use case. We've been doing it for over 6 years, but it was really time for us to kind of expand our service offerings to include commuter routes. And once the Joby aircraft is certified, we expect new landing zones to be approved and activated, which will offer even more convenience to people who work in big cities. And we're going to see more of this in the future. We already have pods of communities like in Deal, New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, where people fly to work there and back every morning. That's a 2-hour drive that becomes a 15-minute flight. So we're very excited about the prospects of expansion under Joby's ownership, and things are off to a great start.
Wonderful. That's helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question today is coming from Savi Syth from Raymond James. Your line is now live.
Hey, good morning, or good afternoon. Sorry about that, long day. Just to follow up on one of Austin's questions earlier, just around certification and the shutdown as well. Just the TIA, the aircraft that you're building and doing ground testing right now, is that the one that will be flying? Do the propellers kind of get added back? And then what exactly can you do with that aircraft in TIA testing while the government is shut down? It sounds like, as you pointed out, FAA is coming in and doing certain things, but I was curious what you can and cannot achieve during this time.
Hi, Savi. This is Paul. Thus far, we've gotten incredible lean-in from the FAA even during the shutdown. That included, as JB mentioned, I think in the prepared remarks, having their FAA airworthiness folks here on site to do the checkout for the hybrid version of the aircraft. That's actually still ongoing today. And these are folks that are showing up without getting paid. So we're really obviously sort of grateful for their work on this in this sort of difficult period. When it comes to the progression of the TIA aircraft, look, we're going to be doing the power on checkout, progressing then to Joby piloted flights, and then moving from there to FAA piloted flight testing for credit on that vehicle. Right now, we don't necessarily anticipate that the FAA flight test pilot portion of that testing is going to be delayed by the shutdown, but this is obviously still a very much evolving process. And we have been very pleased with the lean that we've gotten, but if this shutdown persists longer and longer, there's certainly some uncertainty in how that's going to play out. But from the Joby standpoint, we just want to make sure that we're ready with the right aircraft, ready with the training for those pilots, and then ready to begin the FAA flight testing just as soon as we can.
That's very helpful, Paul. And maybe if I can just follow up on that, then, I think the rule of thumb is, once you start TIA flight testing, it's about a year and a half from there to, full certification. Just how much of that happens with kind of the Joby pilots, versus kind of when do the FAA pilots kind of step in and do that part of the testing?
We are getting very good guidance. Wait for a good rally in the coming weeks. We are at the beginning of a good rally.
Of the TIA flight test portion is sort of variable depending on the program. We've obviously got a plan that we're sort of working with FAA that includes 5 different aircraft that are going to be flown in various levels of parallelization to try to speed that process up as quickly as we can. As JB mentioned, all 5 of those aircraft are in some part of production at this moment. And obviously the first one of those is sort of in this power on stage as we get ready for its first flights. With respect to how much time is spent with the Joby pilots versus the FAA pilots, as a general rule, we want to make sure that we are doing the things that we need to do for FAA for credit flight testing internally before we do them with FAA pilots in seat. Much of that work has already been done on other versions of these aircraft. So it's really about making sure that we have those TI aircraft ready at the right time. And in turn, we line that up with the availability of the FAA flight testing pilots. And that's going to be the sort of synchronization that we have to manage starting basically now.
Helpful. Thank you.
Good news, good guidance, good updates. I love it. Great day. Great day.
From JP Morgan Chase & Company, your line is now live.
Hi there. Good afternoon. This is Mahima on for Bill. I was curious, how should we think about the pace at which you'll move across the Stage 5 certification progress bar once TIA testing starts? And should we really start to see that acceleration beginning next year as soon as you get the FAA pilots on board?
Thanks, Mahima. So we're really excited to get into TIA, as Paul talked about. The other element and a key piece to be cognizant of is the way we've built our reporting on Stage 5 is that we will get points on the board when we submit those test results. So there's a huge amount of work that's happening on the Joby side as we take the approved test plan and we build the part that is going to get tested or the aircraft that's going to get tested, and then we run the testing on it, and then we write the test report. We submit that, and then we get credit on Stage 5. So it may be that a lot of the progress that happens on Stage 5 is when we're very, very close to the finish line. I think the important thing is that in addition to making incredible progress on the manufacturing of the 5 TIA aircraft, the team is also making incredible progress on the manufacturing of the test articles. And those test articles are very challenging from a manufacturing standpoint because each one of them is different from a production part. It has intentional changes that are that we're putting into those parts that have been specified by the FAA DERs. And so this is really fantastic work by the manufacturing team, and we're making incredible progress on it, which puts us in a great position both for the TIA flight test, but also in terms of completing all of the component level testing required to complete Stage 5.
That's really helpful context. Thank you for that. Maybe as a follow-up, you started manufacturing propeller blades in Dayton, but are there any other conforming parts you expect to also transition to Dayton in the near term? And then how quickly could you ramp up that capacity you'll need to support certification efforts?
Yeah, thank you. So really thrilled with the team in Dayton and the quality of the workforce that we've been able to build there and the speed at which we've been able to onboard those folks and have them contributing in a huge way. We're also thrilled with the support that we've received from the state and local government in Dayton. And we see massive opportunities to continue to expand our footprint, both in our existing facility and as we look forward in the Dayton region more generally. In addition, and again, following the model that I spoke about where we perfect a process here at our pilot facility in California, and then we're able to scale it alongside our partnership with Toyota, in our partnership with Toyota. I would love to just highlight how vitally important Toyota is and how strong the relationship that we have with Toyota right now. We have never been closer with Toyota. Toyota has never been more leaned in. And we think that they are an unparalleled partner for us as we look to take aviation to a scale that has never been seen before.
Great. Thanks so much for answering our questions.
We are getting a very good guidance.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time,
wait for the reaction tomorrow.
Questions to one question only. Our next question is coming from Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. Your line is now live.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for taking the question. I'll keep it at one. Wanted to ask about the hybrid for defense. How should we think about the design? Is that something you just kind of put an engine on the existing airframe? Do you need to redo the airframe? Is the supply chain going to get more complicated? Just how to think about the process and design for hybrid. Thanks.
Somebody visited, attended Vertical Aerospace's earnings yesterday. Good question. Very good question.
Really in line with the sort of principles of dual use. Where possible, we want to take full advantage of the proven airframe that we have developed and tested over the last 5-6 years. And we also want to be able to take advantage of the manufacturing lines that we already have ready to produce those components down the line. So I think the right way to think about that aircraft is a sort of variant of the existing vehicle that is then in turn missionized for different customer use cases. What I think is really exciting, though, is that we've been able to move from concept to soon sort of demonstration of that vehicle at a very rapid pace, basically sort of 3 months from when we announced the L3 partnership to the preparations for flight testing that are happening right now. In turn, we think we're going to be able to move from demonstration to flexible deployment with those customers very quickly because we've got a manufacturing line that we do not have to scale up or retool, where most of the components are essentially the same manufacturing line that we're using for the broader sort of commercial vehicle. And that speed is something that in our conversations to date, the customers are really looking for. They are not so happy with the sort of traditional procurement process, long spec writing, competitions, and then sort of moving to these sort of restrictive contracts. They are instead looking for things that get new technology into the hands of warfighters far more quickly. And we think we've got an opportunity with this platform in conjunction with L3 to deliver exactly that.
Thank you. Next question is coming from Chris Pierce from Needham & Company. Your line is now live.
Hey, good afternoon. I was just curious, and if you fast forward a year from now, like what's the best possible outcome for the Blade transaction? Is it just more passenger throughput in New York, or what Rob talked about? Is it adding routes so you can seed kind of customer demand to get people to consider air taxi at a higher rate? Like if you fast forward a year, what would you consider make a success out of this? To get people enthusiastic about air taxi in the business.
Hey, it's Rob Wiesenthal. I think you have this, if you step back and you look at the thesis of the acquisition, it was to de-risk and accelerate the deployment of the Joby aircraft into commercial service. So we're going to continue working on projects where we can achieve profitable growth. New routes, expansion of existing schedules. We recently expanded our JFK schedule to include another node on the east side, and also deepened our Newark efforts. And in Europe, we've been focusing there as well on opportunities. So I think the focus on profitable growth and continue getting more data, acquiring more customers, getting more infrastructure access. And I think that's going to be terrific. That's really going to educate us and help us deploy these aircraft once they're certified, and to do it in a way and at a speed that I don't think the competition can match. It's a real head start versus the competition in every market Joby wants to enter.
Thank you. Next question is coming from Amit Dayal.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We have a few more minutes, few more questions, and we'll break it down and wait for the reaction tomorrow. I will tell you the Vertical Aerospace news, why Martyn bought eVTOL.
And all of the testing going on, what is the earliest we can take advantage of, this EIPP initiative? Is 2027 a reasonable time frame, or could it be potentially earlier than that, where some of these aircrafts get into operation?
Hi, Amit. This is Paul. I'll try to pick that up. I'm not sure I totally heard it, so I'm going to sort of repeat what I understood the question to be. So your question was, when do we think we can start first operations under EIPP? And the answer to that is that we now have, with the IPP program, once the down select happens early next year, we've got a date certain for the start of those operations. And that's essentially mid next year. That is a really exciting opportunity, and one that I think Joby is sort of uniquely positioned to take advantage of. Our understanding under IPP is that it's going to require aircraft to be at a high level of maturity. Our understanding is that means it has to be in the TIA process. It's also going to require the operational know-how to put those aircraft into service in the real world. We already have a lot of that from the demo flights that we've done, and we get to really supercharge that with Rob's team at Blade that obviously knows a lot about high-tempo vertical takeoff and landing operations already. But finally, you also need to make sure that we have the aircraft. So part of the focus now around scaling production is to meet this demand that is now higher next year than I think we were initially anticipating. So our focus with both the expansion of the marina facility, the continued rollout into Dayton, and obviously doing both of those things in close conjunction with Toyota, is to make sure that we really ramp production to meet this opportunity. Because from our perspective, an opportunity to get these aircraft operating in the US as quickly as possible benefits Joby, and it certainly benefits the broader industry. And we think we're in pole position to kind of make that happen.
Terrific. This is Teresa again. Thank you, Amit and Kevin, and thanks to all the analysts for your questions today. This quarter, we're doing something a little different. We also invited our broader community to submit questions on X and Reddit. We were thrilled with the volume and the thoughtfulness of the engagement. We've selected a few representative questions to ask and answer now. The first one actually is coming right back to you, Paul. It says, when do you expect to start the integration of autonomous capabilities into S4?
Thanks, Teresa. So as JB mentioned in the prepared remarks, the first instantiation on a Joby-developed aircraft of autonomy is very likely to be the hybrid aircraft that I mentioned earlier on in the call. This is one that's obviously focused on defense applications. We think that's a perfect testbed for this stack. One, because it's already been well tested with this customer on conventional aircraft. And two, because there's not the same sort of regulatory rigor around certification for these sorts of platforms. So it's the right place to begin to extend the existing Superpilot capabilities to low altitude VTOL capable, to prove that out as soon as we can and in a wide range of mission sets so that we're ready if and when there is an opportunity to translate that to the commercial side of things to move very, very quickly. So long and short, that's going to be, I think, the first example of how we begin to roll this out on a Joby-developed aircraft.
Terrific, thank you. Another question also coming in from X. How do you see the future product offerings as both Joby and Blade actively scale operations, particularly in Dubai?
Sure.
Rob, would you like to start with on that one?
Sure, let me take that. Just as we mentioned before, Blade helps to de-risk and accelerate the deployment of Joby aircraft into commercial service. And that includes Dubai. So the knowledge we have on routes, on infrastructure, the flyer base, we are not starting cold, we're not starting from scratch. Anybody else tries to do this, they're starting with zero knowledge. We have flown hundreds of thousands of people over the past decade. And then if you take a look at our European operations, 1/3 of our European flyers are from the Middle East. So it's a brand that's well known there. The Middle East consumer can consistently embrace premium brands from the West that provide exceptional experiences.
RB donated $1.99 through a super chat. Cheers, Vaz. Tumbler glass emoji. Cool face emoji.
And have something that people really enjoy and find is extremely reliable.
Terrific, thank you. Okay, I think we could maybe get one more in. And this one's a fun one. In fact, it asks for how about something fun? 5 years into passenger flight, what kind of crazy things can you see Joby involved in that will blow our minds now? Joben?
Thanks, Teresa. So I think the key thing to focus on is that vertical integration is Joby's superpower. This is something that we have invested in heavily for many years, and it puts us in an incredible position to be able to develop just game-changing aircraft, all built on the foundation, the incredible technology foundation stack that we've built. I'll add two other dimensions. One we've talked about, which is autonomy. Autonomy is going to unleash many new and exciting applications for aviation. And by leading the world in aviation autonomy, we think we're in a really strong position. The final dimension is hydrogen. Hydrogen, as I think many of you have heard me speak about, it has 3 times the specific energy of jet fuel. With fuel cells, we're able to convert the chemical energy of hydrogen into propulsion twice as efficiently as a small turbine can convert jet fuel into propulsion.
David Hensley 3009 donated $2 through a super chat. Vaz is a boss. Cool face emoji.
And so as we look to the 5-year horizon, we think the future for Joby and the future for the technology stack that we're building has never been more promising, and I'm so excited to bring these transformations to the world.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We greatly appreciate your support.
Thank you. That does conclude today's teleconference and webcast. You may disconnect your line at this time and have a wonderful day. We thank you for your participation.
Wow. What a call. What a call. Don't go anywhere. I'll give you a quick breakdown. I'll give you my opinion. I'll have a chat with you as well. In 5 minutes, I will tell you the news and why Martyn bought Vertical Aerospace, why Martyn bought eVTOL stock. I will tell you in 5 minutes. Very, very good. Very good guidance. Very good guidance. I'm just thinking how to put this out. Very good guidance, very solid guidance, no disappointment. The cash situation is safe. There's nothing in flames. The certification is on the track. Operations are almost underway, almost very close to be underway. The pre-revenue phase is getting shorter and shorter. And look at the market reaction. I told you at the beginning of before the market close, I told you last 2 days, Joby has been selling off, one on the back of macro a bit, but it's been pricing, the whole eVTOL market has been pricing into this week, and it's been pricing negative reaction. You could see it on Joby's chart, you can see it yesterday, you could see it today as well. We've been having good news on both Joby and Archer coming through past days. Yet it's been selling off. Everything has been priced for this week. Well, Joby has not disappointed. And actually, this is the first time probably, I'm not sure whether ever, but this is the first time we have positive reaction on the guidance. Not on the numbers, because the numbers are good. The numbers are good and safe. But we have had this positive reaction. I am expecting tomorrow. Perhaps not a massive rocket rally, but I'm expecting a good green day. Archer Aviation, tomorrow, it's Archer's turn. Are they going to say something about delays? Are they going to not give as clear guidance? Or are they going to put a rabbit out of their hat? Is Adam Goldstein going to put a rabbit out of his hat? And is he going to say, look, we've got this for you, investors. Go with it. Or is there going to be disappointment? Well, tomorrow, I think it's all priced tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Archer going back to $9.50. And I told you as well, if we have a negative reaction, we can look out for much lower levels. However, this is all priced in. Joby, I do apologize, I've got itchy nose. Joby have delivered. Vertical Aerospace have delivered. Now it's down to Archer. Eve Air Mobility on Tuesday have delivered as well. Now it's down to Archer tomorrow. Last Archer's earnings call was the biggest live eVTOL show ever on the whole internet. Not only on YouTube, on the whole internet. We had almost 6,000 people watching. I think we can beat this again because Archer is all about hype. Joby, they have delivered. They have been delivering all the time. Archer is all about hype. Are they going to give us more hype? Or are they going to finally giving us some intrinsic value and fundamentals? Is it a do or die situation for Archer? It could be. It could be. Before we move on, and I will tell you the news about Vertical Aerospace, why Martyn bought Vertical Aerospace. Sensei's newsletter. I am part of it. And I'm not saying it just to promote the product. I am actually part of the newsletter. I will now pop the link in the chat for you. And I see David Hensley has been already on it. Great moderator. There's a 60-day free access from Sensei. You are getting one every morning, couple of hours before the opening bell, but made by Sensei. You have your market forecast, you have your deep dives, you have top 5 things to look at, you have chart analysis, you name it, just ins and outs, just the complete guide for your day, for your trading day. You can prepare yourself for the whole trading day. I do, why I'm saying this, because I want to promote my own product as well and my own work. I'm doing one for Saturday, for the eVTOL market. And it seems to be fairly popular. I'm getting slightly better numbers than Sensei on few occasions as well. And I am giving you breakdowns of all the stories. I'm giving you analysis. I'm giving you stories, unique stories. I'm giving you my own experience, my own opinions. I'm giving you whatever I said. I'm giving you a special story of the week as well, or aviation story. So if you want to join now, there is a 7-day trial, and also there is a 60-day free access. If you join, we have a new subscriber, thank you. If you join, you will get a 60-day free access. 60 days, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 or 9 eVTOL Saturday newsletters. How about that? How about that? Is it worth it? Well, it certainly is. So the link is there under in the chat, under me or next to me, wherever your chat window is. Joby Aviation. We will get to the. We will revisit the guidance shortly. Now I'm going to tell you the news on vertical aerospace. Vertical aerospace is our very special product. Well, it's not our special product, but covering vertical aerospace and bringing you news and information and guidance and behind the curtain stories. And we have actually a very good relation with vertical aerospace. We brought you multiple times very exclusive content. We brought you their special day, Capital Markets Day. Thank you, Kevin. We brought you Capital Markets Day by Vertical Aerospace. This was a special event for investors, institutional partners, journalists, and you could, thank you, Maverick, I love the name, and you could actually get guidance, you could actually feel part of the company. Nobody else provided this, nobody else covered this. And I can now see other channels are going back to our stream and they are learning from it. They are doing a rubbish job because they are saying outdated information like if it was news, but never mind. You as investors and members of this channel and subscribers, you got this opportunity to sit in the first row and get all the information firsthand. And as we do, especially with vertical aerospace, I've got news for you. Do I have this video? I don't have the right video. Oh, well, I'm going to bid you this video. This beautiful aircraft, same as Joby, but might be slightly better. As we've learned on the earnings call, we covered that earnings call yesterday. And I have been on an eVTOL watch for a fair few weeks. I have been looking out their test flight. We brought you news and update on their previous test phase when the aircraft started flying piloted conventional takeoff and landing phase, so horizontally. Not as you can see here, this is the vertical phase, but vertical aerospace are on the brink of commencement of their fourth phase. So we will see the aircraft taking off as a helicopter, as you can see here. Transitioning, I forgot the word, transitioning into horizontal flight as a conventional aircraft, and then transitioning back as if it was a helicopter. We got confirmation on the earnings call that this is going to happen this week. Observing the situation on the ground. Observing the situation on the ground, and me being me, I've got my contacts, I've got my eyes on the ground as well. We can expect it, in my opinion, tomorrow or on Saturday. Regardless, we are a few days away. We are a few days away. Last time this happened, I brought you the news, and I will show you. One way to get the news is my X account. The handle is @eVTOLHub, and I will show you what we did. Bear with me. I'm just cheating because I remember the keyword from the post. Look at that. This is the post happening May 23rd. It is happening. It is happening. So proud to bring you this exclusively and first. And we did. We did before Vertical Aerospace announced it. May the 23rd. Vertical Aerospace announced it on the following Monday or Tuesday. And the stock had a very good rally. You could enter, if you caught this news, if you caught this update, you could have been in for a 40% rally on the day. How about that? Let me get this straight. I'm not saying go and buy, cash out your mortgage and go buy Vertical Aerospace. But those who follow us, you know that Vertical Aerospace are there for a long ride, and Vertical Aerospace might come out of the shadow very, very soon, and they will start competing with Joby and Archer probably directly. We also found out from the earnings call that their aircraft will be best on the market in its class, and it will be beating probably other aircraft in many metrics as well. And speaking of the new aircraft, they'll be revealed 10th of December this year. Do we have any? Let me show you this. We have a sneak peek from Vertical Aerospace. They are following us, by the way. We have great relation with Vertical. This is this little sneak peek to the new aircraft, much bigger than Joby, much bigger than Archer, and we will see this. There's a little preview. We will see this revealed on the 10th of December. I've got some more big news for Vertical Aerospace. I will tell you next week. But if you are waiting, if you have been waiting for a good entry point, or if you have been on the fence with Vertical Aerospace, I have been saying all week we have great entry opportunity. One, for a trade. I've been eyeing the flight. Vertical Aerospace have saved me a lot of work and a lot of traveling as well. So I don't have to go there and eye the aircraft. We know it will fly this week. So if you want to go there for a quick trade in and out, there's a great opportunity for you. Or if you want to enter for long term, which Vertical Aerospace is, it's the same opportunity for you. This is not financial advice, but I have been buying Vertical Aerospace all week. Martyn has bought Vertical Aerospace, and maybe Sensei has bought few shares as well. So that's something that I was confirmed by Vertical Aerospace. It's not an insider information. This is not a rumor. This is something that will happen, and it's confirmed by Vertical Aerospace. So just so you know. What the eVTOL markets have been doing. Vertical Aerospace, $4.41. See, I bought few shares. And I actually sold my girlfriend's portfolio as well. Naughty. Not a financial advice at all, yeah? Not a financial advice at all. But I sold her starting portfolio, which we started a couple of months ago. All the S&P, all the FTSE 100, and few eVTOL stocks. And I invested all in Vertical. I'm not going to hold it forever. I will probably do like a trade 10-20%. And I will invest it back into S&P and then her pie. But I have been buying Vertical all week. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but we are bringing you opportunities and we are bringing you some insights and investment strategies you can learn from. So, getting back to the chart. Vertical Aerospace, good recovery today. Archer Aviation, priced in for tomorrow. If we have poor guidance, we don't have clear guidance, we don't have any surprise that Adam Goldstein can pull a rabbit out of his hat. If we have some financial surprise, if we don't have guidance on the certification, if we have vague information, we can expect a sell-off. And I would not be surprised if we come to the earnings call, if we don't have any good news in the morning by Archer, we come to the earnings call, the levels between $9.20 and $9. We have bad guidance. Archer can touch again $8.20. And if it goes completely down the toilet, your next level will be around $7. That's just my opinion. That's just my own investment strategy. We are getting. Hang on, I'm getting a message from Sensei. This is 25 minutes in. Bear with me. Let me just speak with Sensei. This to me. Joby, on the other hand, I can see a good green day. I'm not saying we're going to see a massive rally, but I can see a good green day. The fundamentals were there. Joby delivered. Great update on their certification. They delivered firm statements on their partners as well. On Dubai, they gave us a bit of a time guidance as well. Joby gave us update on their production capability, and they showed a solid financial position. So again, this earnings call is one of the catalysts of the coming rally. I'm not saying everything's going to skyrocket tomorrow, but the eVTOL market can start going up in a couple of weeks. There's a lot of fundamentals, a lot of events in the pipeline, one of which can be revealed tomorrow, actually two. Vertical Aerospace and the last stage of their test flight, and Archer Aviation. They might reveal their piloted full VTOL aircraft as well. Who's gonna fly first? Vertical Aerospace or Archer Aviation? Vertical Aerospace with a current balance sheet of $120 million, or Archer Aviation with a balance sheet of $1.5 billion. Vertical Aerospace with current quarter cash burn of $27 million, or Archer Aviation with a current quarter cash burn of $127 million. Who's gonna fly first? So I'm just saying. Dubai Air Show. Next week, we are starting Dubai Air Show. Sorry, it's not next week. It's the following week, isn't it? I live in future already. 2 weeks away, Dubai Air Show, the biggest eVTOL event. Again, partnerships, cooperations, updates on the Mid East ventures, flights, demo flights. That could be a good catalyst for the eVTOL market. And then as we go, you heard half of it on this call. So again, I am eyeing a good rally in the eVTOL market, same as we had last year before Christmas. We had a massive, what was it? Was it like 350% rally on Archer and 300% on Joby? So I'm expecting high of $28 on Joby. Again, this is not financial advice, just my own insights. Let me get this straight. It's not going to trade on the levels around 28. I think that will touch the high of $28, and then we have historically we always have a sell-off. Could be nice opportunity for you for a nice trade. Archer Aviation, I am expecting to go all the way to $18, and Vertical all the way to $9. If you look at the current prices, you can do the maths. I think we have a great entry point for a good ride and for long term as well. And I don't think we will see these previous levels after the rally again. So again, just my insights, not financial advice, but I am eyeing a good run in the eVTOL market. Let me know in the chat. We are running a poll. I will give you 10 more minutes and then we're going to wrap it up. Unless you have any questions, fire them away in the chat. Let me know what you think of the guidance. Do we have any Joby investors as well? And I'm running a poll in the chat. Joby, will Joby have a green or red day? Cast your votes in. You have 10 seconds. Green day, red day, sideways, and undecided. You have 10 seconds. I can see the votes coming in. Thank you very much for joining. This is the beauty of this channel. This is the beauty of this audience. We have investors coming together, sharing our own thoughts, sharing our own sentiment. These polls in the chat, the more people we get in, the better feel we get for the investor sentiment. And you could see it last week. You could see it on Palantir. You could see it on Microsoft earnings when we had hundreds and hundreds of investors casting their votes in. And you can see how people are feeling about the company. So I'm closing the poll now. And you can have a look with me. And then I will address your questions and answer your questions and comments. So tomorrow, 70% of investors are expecting green day, 14% red day, 9% undecided, and 7% will see this going sideways. Me personally, I can see a decent green day. I don't think there'll be a skyrocket, but we might be surprised. I would be surprised if we go sideways. I think we will have good 4-5% upside. But again, this is just my own opinion. I can be wrong as well as I can be right. So let's get back to the chat. Go all the way up. Oh, that's a long one. Okay, so let's start from Abby joining us. This is a great moment for me. Abby is our friend and is my friend as well. Thank you for joining. I love to see him here. He's very busy. He's not hanging around too much, but thank you for joining. Always happy to see him. Poor man to rich man. Hello, Tony. Thank you for joining. See the trees is here. Abby is drinking with me. I love it. Thank you. I'm going to have a drink after I finish the stream. Poor man and See the trees. What's up, guys? Says David Hensley. Will B2Q. What is the suggested stock to buy between Joby and Vertical? Well, didn't I just tell you? Let me know if it helped. Let me know if I gave you good guidance or not. David Hensley, Vaz is a boss. Thank you very much for the super chats. Poor man to rich man. David, listening and working. Abby, that is moving up in the world too. His super chats have sound and are posted on screen. Yes, I've plugged this in. I've got, when Martyn is back from his holidays, when the season 5 kicks off, you will see a lot of upgrades on the show. You will see a lot of new events, new stuff, new product, actually as well. And I've got some upgrades for the show as well, for my studio. Do we have any questions? David Hensley, subscribe the newsletter. Yes, you have the 60-day free access to it. New Blade says Archer is going to kill the party rally. Let's see. I'm not skeptical, but I'm reserved. Maybe Adam Goldstein will pull a rabbit out of his hat, or we will get some whatever guidance, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. Let's see. I can't give prediction. See the trees says David Hensley. What was your biggest mover today? Mine was QS, Enphase, TOST, and ETHU. Abby says smash the like button. We got fair amount of likes in. Thank you very much for supporting us. This is one of the reasons why we want to smash the like button, because once we hit certain threshold, YouTube will start promoting it more aggressively, pushing the video out, pushing the content out. And the more people it reaches, the more people come together, the more we can share. We are learning from each other. I am learning from each other. Last week on Microsoft earnings, I've learned so much, and I was literally only 2 people chatting, and I've learned so much. And we also get these polls. We get these. We get better feel of the sentiment. We get better opinion of others. So, as well, that's not only that we are begging for likes. That's one, it's appreciation of our work, and 2, it's advantage for you as well. David says, I should be sitting really good next week. Great, congratulations. It's nothing to really talk about. My main positions are eVTOLs, and those are kind of drops down these last couple of days. Well, look at it as a great entry opportunity. Again, when the rally comes, I don't think we will see these levels again. You're the man, Vaz, for covering what's new and inventive in this space and being informative. Thank you, Abby. I love it. Thank you for being here. Do we have any Cedar Tree says, I have only dipped my toes in and out of eVTOLs. No long buys yet. Okay. David says, I recently went hard on them. David. a little over a month ago. I learned about them from Vaz, and I did my own little bit of deep dive on them, and I believe they are the future. Yes, we believe this is the new electric vehicle market. Thank you for the subscriber. I love it. I'm getting subscribers on my show. That always pleases me because I know people are getting interest in eVTOLs. We can see this as a new big market. Think of electric cars 10 years ago. Think of Tesla 10 years ago. Nobody believed it. Everyone was skeptical. And now, where are we? Do I need to say more? My quantum stock RGTI did pretty decent today, says David Hensley. Abby says, I haven't at all, but the more I watch and learn, I'm getting close to pulling the trigger. I love it. David Hensley says, you should really think about it, Abby. Poor man to rich man, let me help you sell that. See the trees. Congratulations, best of luck. Lauren says, thank you. Thank you for joining, Lauren. I love to see new people here. I love to see new people. David says, you're going to be able to order a flight of Uber and Joby flight next year. Better get in now, guys. Well, one is with Uber and the other one is with, I don't remember now. Waymo. I don't remember whether it's a Waymo or not. Tesla taxis. Cyber taxi. Who operates Tesla cyber taxis? They have partnership with potentially Archer being involved. And Uber, that's obviously Joby. So yeah, the idea is to get an Uber to a vertiport, and from vertiport move to another vertiport. And actually, if I show you this, that's the future. But if I show you this is the network within the city. So we are talking about short trips, 5, 10, 15 miles, to saving us probably a couple of hours in the traffic in the peak hour. The next step is the longer intracity trips of up to 50 miles. Now we're talking because we are bringing hybrid power unit with much bigger range, with a range of 100 miles. And look at that. We are not only talking, let me play it again for you. We are not only talking, why is it not playing? We are not only talking short 10-minute trips. We are now talking half an hour, 40 minutes travel time being cut down from multiple hours. I don't know how long it takes. I'm not local, I'm not experienced. But how long does it take from Boston to drive to Washington, D.C.? How long could it take? 3 hours, 4 hours? With this aircraft, you could be probably 30, 40 minutes. And how long would it take to fly from Miami to Atlanta? Well, there we are. There we are. Do we have any more questions? Quick look. See the trees, but looks like Joby chart is much more bullish than Archer. Currently it is. Let's see tomorrow on the guidance. I'm in Archer, Joby and Vertical, and I have collectively little over 1,000 shares. Congratulations, David. Are you going to hold long term, or are you going to be trading and trimming and buying back in on dips? I plan on getting so much more. So do I. Nice, pretty well rounded, says RB. Lauren thinks we're gonna have a green day. Thank you, Lauren, for joining me. Willie Davids. Joby completed over 600 flights in 2025 and conducted a point-to-point flight from Marina to Monterey. Yes. It also completed 2 full weeks of regularly scheduled flights in Osaka for World Expo. Thank you very much, Willie. We covered this. We covered most of these events, actually, almost live, if not live, at the event, when the event happened. We actually had somebody in Marina as well. We had our members in Marina. We brought you exclusive footage. I don't want to say before anybody else, but we actually were there first as well. So Willie, if you want to subscribe, you're not going to miss out on any eVTOL content. Thank you very much for your input. Jamie Rees, I've got Vertical, Joby, Archer and Horizon. Good. Willie says revenue 22.57 million. Yeah, that was some good news. We are very close to a full revenue phase, so it won't be long. Dragos, where am I? Well, we just covered Joby Aviation earnings call, third quarter, and we got solid guidance. What is the stock chart doing? Do we have any move? No, I don't think. There might be actually slight sell-off after in the pre-market. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think we are gearing up for a green day. There could be some profit taking because people were pricing in negative reaction. There might be some profit taking in the morning. A key step in its certification process and has 978.1 million in cash reserves. Correct, that's spot on. Have you been watching the earnings call? Nice one. Dragos post-show to Joby third quarter earnings. Thank you, Abby. And how were your earnings? Solid. Good numbers, good balance sheet, great cash position at this point. Good progress on certification and very solid guidance. Cedar Tree says Joby approaching the VWAP again here. Oh, you're talking charts, aren't you? What is VWAP? Please elaborate. Remind me. What are the anticipated costs to the customer for the eVTOL flight on Uber? Well, there are two sides to it. One is the actual operational cost, and second is the margin, the operator's margin. See where I'm going? Thank you, Willie. And you become a member. I love it. Thank you very much. You've got a lot of membership perks. There will be members-only events. I'll be bringing you one in December, as early as December, and maybe sooner as well. There'll be a lot of membership events, a lot of membership perks. Thank you for joining. That's great. Do you have any? Are you invested in eVTOL market? Tell me, are you invested in eVTOL market, and what stocks do you have? So what is the cost? The anticipated cost. All manufacturers sort of unisono, is that the word? They all keep resonating the same figures or similar figures. Fully loaded aircraft on a short trip, obviously electric, fully charged. Per passenger mile, that's 4 seats in the aircraft, fully loaded, short trip, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. We are talking about between $1 and probably $3. The guidance is different per aircraft type and per manufacturer, but we are in the region of $1 and say $350 per passenger mile. That is comparable to the price of your Uber Black. Just saying. And you have the most efficient mean of transport so far. You have quiet, safer mean of transport than a helicopter and much cheaper. The question is, what will be the operator's margin? How much will Uber charge for their Joby flight? How much are we going to pay in the early days? And how much are we going to pay when this is fully rolled out? That is the question. I don't know the answer to. Lauren has joined as well. Thank you very much. I love it. What a day. What a great day. Lauren, are you invested in any eVTOL stocks? I assume you are. And Willie says you are invested in Joby and Vertical Aerospace. Well, Willie, the best place for Vertical Aerospace. I don't want to sound cocky. I don't want to brag, but we have great relation with Vertical. We have brought you a lot of unique, exclusive content. And let me just show you this. If you go to Martyn Lucas Investor, go to YouTube, go to Martyn Lucas Investor and type in Vertical Aerospace. 2 ways how to play this. Type in Vertical Aerospace and you will find all the content. Basically, we rank number 1 for Vertical Aerospace. But if you go to the channel, Martyn Lucas Investor, go to playlists here, click on the sort by last video I did. There'll be one from the earnings call. So scroll down a bit. You've got one, you have my full playlist, eVTOL Fundamental Insights from VAS, all eVTOL content I made, 132 videos. There's about 400 hours of watching, so good luck if you have a lot of time. But what I want to show you is vertical. Where's the vertical? There's a playlist for vertical aerospace somewhere. There we go. eVTOL stock, vertical aerospace Ltd. That is the playlist. I see I may have not put the earnings. No, updated 6 days. Yeah, that's fine. So if I click on this, I'll tell you what, I will share it for you as well. I will share it for you in the, how do I share it? Can I share the playlist? How do I share the playlist? There was a way how to share the playlist. I did it before. See the earnings, we covered it live. Cover every single earnings of vertical aerospace. There'll be more exclusive content for vertical aerospace. How do I share the playlist? Let's go back. Let's close this. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. There was view full playlist. Yeah, and now I can share it. So I'll pop it in the chat for you. Copy. I will pop it in the chat for you. There is the vertical aerospace playlist. If you want to have a look, skim through it. Well, I recommend to you two videos. The latest earnings, which you must have seen, and Capital Markets Day. Capital Markets Day. Great guidance, full guidance on the company. They actually upgraded their guidance by, they accelerated their revenue phase by a year. And they accelerated their income by 2030 by $100 million in their prediction, in their forecast. But yeah, great guidance. I recommend you Capital Markets Day. You learn about the aircraft, about the business, you learn about the people invested and their partners as well. Absolutely amazing. That was the best ever eVTOL content I brought so far. There'll be one better end of the year, but that was the best content I brought you on this channel. So yeah, I invested in Joby and Vertical. Congratulations. Welcome, Willie, to the family known as the Lucasades. Yes, you are now a valuable member. Dragos says RE. What do you mean RE? RE. That's not a ticker symbol, is it? Here to help and support Martyn. Yes, Martyn is back from his holidays in 2 weeks, I think. And then it will all kick off. The hell will come loose and it will be massive. Thanks for answering, says Cedar. Welcome, Lauren. Proud to say we have 13% of our audience are ladies. Most channels that cover crypto are around 1% ladies. So welcome to you. Yes, definitely. Thank you for joining, Lauren. Honored to be part of the group. Well, we are very happy you have joined us. Joby having a battle here at the VWAP. Yeah, see that. I don't remember what VWAP is. Can you please remind me? Abby says it's not bragging or being cocky. It's just telling the truth. You're good at what you are, Vaz. Thank you, Abby. What do you do, Vaz? Okay, thank you, Abby. James is here. Thank you, James, for joining. Happy bonfire. Hang on, it's bonfire? I always thought it's bonfire. Are you sure it's bonfire? No, it's just a silly joke. I know. It's just a silly. It's my favorite joke, and I never get a chance to play it. Thank you for listening. I never get a chance to play it, so you gave me the opportunity. Martyn says, look forward to getting to know you and support you. Yes, definitely. We have, did you say, Martyn, when you are back? Casey is back on the show? Oh, back on the show. Casey is starting on the show. We will have a female broadcaster as well, and her own content and her own unique insights. David says, I had to step away for a bit. Martyn, how cool is it that 13% of your audience is female? Blows all other channels away. Yes, definitely. James. Remember the 5th of November. Anything else? Martyn says, I will look out for your comments. I post and reply to all members' comments under the videos. Yes, definitely. Good evening, Vaz. Good evening, James. Thank you for joining. Willie says, I hope Martyn and his wife are doing well. Well, Martyn is to answer the question. David Hensley, Abby, what are you drinking tonight? Did you say, yeah, bum fire, yeah. It's a good joke. It's a good dad joke, isn't it? Plus, I'm a foreigner. I can afford it. Yeah, I can afford it. I can afford to play this out. Yes, I did say bum fire. Yes. I will look into this stock for the future, says Dragos. Okay. Volume weighted average price. Thank you. Volume weighted average price is a technical analysis indicator that shows a security's average price throughout trading session. Yes. And Martyn is explaining as well. Okay, anyone else wants to explain? I just needed to remind. Thank you. So last, we are getting more comments. I'm heavily loaded into data center plays, Iron and CIFR. Okay, thanks for the update, Dragos. Right, let's have a look at the stock chart again. I will wrap it up. I will go to enjoy my bumfire night. Come on, it's a good joke. So Joby currently going sideways. What can happen on the pre-market? There could be a slight sell-off, some profit taking, but tomorrow I'm expecting green day. Archer can go either way on the day, but I think we'll be pricing in tomorrow's earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if we close between $9.20 and $9. Vertical, you heard it. I've been talking about it all evening. It's just brewing. I'm not saying it's going to be a massive explosion, but there could be a nice little profit-taking trade. EHang, the session is closed. We are not getting any numbers. Same for Hover, Horizon Aircraft, same for Eve, and Beta Technologies. Currently going sideways. Beta have been doing very well. IPO on Monday, on the first day of IPO, $34 offering price. Now you can see the chart. Yesterday they started their first trading day, and they also hit already their all-time high. 38, was it 38.17 or something? That was good. And then we are looking that we might beat it again. We might break through it again. Abby says, Abby, I'm not going to talk about bumfire night again, okay? That's done. That's done and gone. Yeah, done and dusted. Next year, 5th of November, we have an event. It's historic. I don't even remember what's the traditional, what's the fundamentals to it. There's a bonfire night, okay? Basically, people making massive bonfires, gathering together, celebrating whatever they are celebrating. I don't even know myself. I used to say bonfire night. Well, I thought it would be funny. It was my joke, and I never got a chance to play it out. So now I got 80 people listening to it, and you are just making it worse, Abby. You are, yes. James is saying ring of fire, yeah. So, okay. That was the last time. Until 5th of November next year, you're not gonna hear that joke again from me, okay? And I will reconsider it if I'm gonna tell you that joke again. Because now, I don't like that joke anymore. Okay. I think it's time to wrap it up. We don't have any more questions. We have people, talking about... Okay. I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining me. Tomorrow, just see your comments coming through. Tomorrow morning, Sensei, with his event breakdown, there might be a little. I'm not saying that joke again, Martyn. I'm not talking about bumfire again, okay? Bumfire night again. I missed it. Yeah, Martyn is having time of his life now, winding me up. So tomorrow morning, Sensei with his XRP event analysis. We had a great day for XRP. Actually, looking at the markets, what is it going on? The S&P is flat. Nasdaq is slightly up. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, they loved it today. Just seeing comments from Martyn. Great day for crypto investors. Gold, gold, silver going sideways. I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Archer Aviation. Before that, I will go live with whatever's happening, whether it's vertical aerospace flying or whatever, or whether I'm gonna talk about bonfire night or whatever. Take care of yourselves and each other.